Until you've walked through the cage, you don't know. It's going into battle. You've trained and prepared, but they open that door and boom, out you go. Mind racing, heart pumping, and you're looking down at that big old abyss. Just fighting to believe.
And we are live at the Davenport River Center here in Iowa. It is Caged Aggression Retaliation. I am with Little Evil himself, Jens Pulver, UFC Hall of Famer. We got a banger of a night of fights. Co-main event, Thomas Blackerby overcoming all sorts of adversity in his last matchup. Got a tough customer coming off a BKFC win in Shawn Brooks. What are you expecting?
You know, that's the one thing right there. When you're coming off the most recent win, bare knuckle there is something about this bare knuckle. Going out there and fighting bare knuckle, it changes you. I'm not kidding, because the punches are so devastating, so fast, it causes so much destruction. When you get into a gloved fighting, it almost makes it seem like it's easier. So that's going to be tough for, for Blackerby to have to deal with something like that. That's a lot of confidence coming off a bare knuckle fight like that. Please.
And then in the main event of the evening, we've got two big faces of Caged Aggression. Maybe nobody bigger than Josh Neal in a grudge match against Michael Shipp. This is the second time around. Neither one obviously wants to go down, but either way, Josh Neal retiring after this one. What do you think we can expect?
That's the pressure, right? The retirement side of it. I mean, you want to go out there and you want to, I would assume you want to give it 100%. You want to go out there on a high note. So that's got to be that extra motivation going into this fight. But does that happen? We'll have to see. I mean, there's another. Now you get to derail. My man's about to go out on retirement. I can send you out with the big, I don't want to say it on your parade. You know what I mean? You can mess with their parade. Doo-doo in their Wheaties.
We're looking for no doo-doo. We're looking for hot fights, big time action, ultra violence. Little Evil here to do it with me. We're not going to wait anymore. We're going to kick it up to Jason Vargas and get this party started.
I'm excited. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans of all ages, this is the moment you've been waiting for as Caged Aggression and 7G Distributing Bud Light proudly presents Caged Aggression 38 Retaliation, our special two-night event hosted by the River Center. My name is Jason, your official voice from inside the cage, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to night one of our two-night event. On a weekend that over 40 fighters from all over the country converge here on the River Center, where challenges have been issued, lines have been drawn, and the next step, retaliation. But before we get into tonight's action, let's recognize our event partners that helped make this entire weekend possible. Special thanks to Yabba Dabba's House of Glass, the River Center, the official home of Caged Aggression MMA in the Quad Cities, Princeton GMC, La Quinta Inns and Suites, Stack Wellness Cafe, Delph's Pro Gym, Quad City Ketamine and Wellness Clinic, Wilson Construction, Ducky's Formal Wear, Galesburg, the Dam View Inn in collaboration with The Diner, McCarl Family Racing, Elite Loyalty Sports Management, Queen Bee Custom Creations, and Mitt Beast Boxing and MMA. Let's give all of our partners a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Special thanks to our production team, Mindprint Productions, The Music Connection, and Say Uncle Photography. Much gratitude to all fighters, coaches, and teams for their tireless commitment to be here tonight. And of course, to Caged Aggression President Mike Goodwin for the endless dedication he's given to this sport and to his athletes. Let's give those folks a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And something a little different here tonight. To my wife who wanted to be here this weekend but couldn't due to unforeseen circumstances, these years with you have been my best, and I can't imagine the rest of them without you. And I like to take this opportunity to say live on pay-per-view, happy anniversary to my lovely wife, Erin. Let's give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That part got me sweating. All of tonight's bouts have been sanctioned by the Iowa Athletic Commission, Deputy Ben Wilson, Inspectors Josh Ailes, Benji Williams, and George Chamberlain, our grease man tonight, Kevin Night Anderson, our timekeeper, Clint the Antagonist Anderson, our judges, Ian Haas, Matt White, and Alex Orozco, our cage side physician, Dr. Metcalf, our card girls for the evening, the lovely Serena and Jessica, pay-per-view commentary provided by Jason Bermas and UFC Hall of Famer Lil Evil Jens Pulver. And when the action begins, our referees in charge, Josh Stewart and the boss, Bruce Allen. Now if you'll please rise and join me in welcoming Miss Clinton County 2024 Autumn Field for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Clinton County 2024 Autumn Field. All right, River Center, it's been a few months now, but I think all of you remember what's coming up next. If you're ready for some hot caged aggression action, I need some help. I need all of you to get real loud. Let's let those fighters hear you in the locker room. Let's go.
Oh, yes, Jens Pulver. We are live, and it is hot in the city tonight. Caged Aggression Retaliation Night 1, Fight 1. We're going to kick it off with Andrew Simon versus Caleb Tracy. Andrew making his way down the cage right now. Jens.
First fighter, that first walk, that's the pressure. You're setting the tone. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's waiting. We had this build up. We did the national anthem. It's like, and then you're the first one to walk out. That's got to be, you know what I mean? There's the jitters, the angst, you know what I mean? But you got to be fired up at the same time. That first walk, oh man.
And I believe this is his first real walk ever as an amateur. He is 0-0, and he's facing Caleb Tracy that is 2-0. He is out of Farley, Iowa. He wanted to continue mixed martial arts after wrestling, and a lot of these younger wrestlers are moving into that field. I know that you're coaching your kids' team right now. When you're looking at the youth, you see a lot more of those, not just looking at wrestling as a future, but mixed martial arts in general?
I think they know that there's an avenue now that after wrestling, college level, even, making it to college is one thing, which is great. And if you don't, there's this avenue that you can go, MMA. And that's something like even I was witnessing when I was finishing up college, like this opportunity. That wrestling world is so small to get into the top level teams and do that live compete, to make a living at it. I mean, it's such a small window. But MMA, it's tailor-made for the wrestler, just like the grappler, the boxer, stuff, being able to work things around. That's one of the things, like even now in wrestling practice, everybody's kind of like, hey, can we work on mitts? Can we work on striking? It's like, yes, in and out of, during the season we're wrestling, but off the time, yeah, let's work on some hands. Everybody's got that in the back of their head. I can be an MMA fighter.
Well, it certainly is a viable option today where it was not maybe 20, 30 years ago when you got in there, little evil.
Well, and that's the one thing. You think about how many people don't look at it, but how many rounds that is. How many rounds of wrestling that is at that one-on-one. Most times we don't have an amateur for MMA, but you think about what you've done in that. That's hundreds of rounds of wrestling. If you've been wrestling like from a kid and, traveling all year round and wrestling all year round, it's all kinds of it. There's a lot of mat time that you get out there.
And Caleb is fighting out of Peoria, Illinois, got into MMA through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and his coach said, look, you need to get into Muay Thai, get a rounder base, and he certainly has that. He is 2-0, a little bit more experienced than his partner, some real caged aggressions. Veterans also walking down and looking up to those teammates. We're going to watch James Martin and others fight tonight. I'm certainly looking forward to that as well. And his first fight got a 1:03 KO. He'd like nothing more than to replicate that performance.
Oh, he's getting a KO fast is always a beautiful thing. But at the same time, you got to make sure you don't go out there hunting for that KO, because then, all it takes is one little thing. You start derailing, like, man, I'm out here for 2 minutes. I'm out here for 3 minutes. I'm getting taken down. And you start, my game plan starts. So don't get frustrated. The knockouts will come, but that's one of the things. When you're out there flooring people 1 or 2 times in a row, you tend to think I can do that every time. So hopefully you can, but if you can't, don't get frustrated. It just takes a little time. Don't go out there and searching for that knockout right off the bat.
Well, you're also going to have to lean back on another possible 13 and a half, 14 minutes if you're going for that 1 minute KO.
100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Welterweight Division, powered by Ducky's Formal Wear, Galesburg. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 169 pounds. He trains at Crucible BJJ. Joining us from Dubuque, Iowa, Andrew Simon. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 171 pounds. He trains at the Peoria Athletic Club. Joining us from Peoria, Illinois, Caleb Tracy.
That moment right there when you're introducing both of you, that stare across the cage, you're looking at Caleb's eyes. I love it. Oh, it's crazy.
I'll tell you what, we're seconds away from the man dance. Here we go. Oh, 1-2 off the bat. Caleb Tracy getting rushed, though, right now. Andrew Simon trying to get him up against the cage, making him work.
You know, and that's the one thing. He's got to be careful. Right now he's doing a good job getting those double underhooks, which is going to be able to try to lift him up, try to get Andrew picked up off that leg. The one thing Caleb was doing right was striking, and it's, again, closing that distance for Andrew was a little oof, but now he's taking some elbows in the back. He's got to get this takedown.
Which he does.
Yeah, let's slow down here and kind of get your breath. This is where you need to be. Relax. Don't force anything. Don't overthink it. Just kind of just take your moment, get your position.
Tracy looking, trying to be active there. However, I think that Simon's done a great job pressing him up against the cage. As we said, Tracy has somewhat of a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background.
And I do
he's
like
taking
that, but
those
he needs to make sure to let go of that arm. He's trying to get the feet open, which you want, trying to get that pass, looking for the submission, getting the knees up. But that's one thing always, right? Push him up against the fence, get him stuck. Eliminates that movement, that head movement. It's kind of pressured up there. But he's doing a good job. He can peel off that cage a little bit.
We are 1 minute deep into this fight. Andrew Simon working from the top here. And like you said, right now Caleb Tracy, you know, he's kind of in full guard, a little bit of he's got to watch those shots.
Yeah.
You know, he had the left arm trapped initially, but he did eat some rights. Those two shots are big shots he just ate right there.
And I noticed what he was trying to do right there. He's trying to pass that one arm by of Andrew, but he's keeping a good job of kind of framing.
He's looking for that arm right now. He's
still going after that arm.
Now
he's got the arm bar, sticks it in. Nice and tight. He's going to try to roll through and get through it, but he's got the arm. And that's where he's got to be careful with that arm. The way he was setting it up, he's going to battle through, but is he going to lose position in the process? He's sitting back for an ankle.
I'll tell you what, Andrew Simon did a really great job of getting out of that, using his own limbs to push off and really reverse the situation.
He didn't panic, you know what I mean? That was one thing. But you could tell Caleb was looking for that arm, the way they were pushing, and he was off the frame. I was just going to say, don't pressure too much into it. But now they're kind of getting that scramble position. He's not able to get Caleb knocked over with that leg. Good pace by Caleb to stay on top.
Really competitive back and forth. First round, he's looking for an ankle right here. He's rolling with that ankle.
Sitting for ankle. Now he's got a toe hold-ish.
It's tough to see. All right, they both
We're all
give it
wrapped
up.
up here.
So Caleb Tracy is on top right now, but I believe that Andrew Simon has done more damage, and that takedown was bigger. However, Tracy had the armbar submission attempt. It's going to be really interesting how the judges go with this first round. You know, some people will say, look, he's on top the last 30 to 45 seconds in that close round. It goes to Tracy. What do you think, Jim?
Well,
look, it gets reversed right here.
Reversal again. He's going to try to, again, get a good base, relax on the punches, see, that's it. Sitting up, and then somebody still has the pressure, that calf. He kind of has he had the pressure on that knee, and that was kind of how they were rolling around when he was going for that calf slicer-ish. It was looking like holding that position, did a good job. I think that's kind of the big thing, the rookie thing, right? Finding your base and just keeping it, slowing it down and not getting rolled over.
Super competitive
that was
first
fun.
round.
Good
yes,
first
super
round.
Competitive first round.
I don't know how you would score it though.
Hey, it's a tough one. I think that three judges could definitely have it different ways. Here's that first initial takedown by Simon. Again, he did a really good job of crowding his position, bringing him up to the cage for some offense, for some ground and pound, which he did get off. At the same time, after that, there's some of that ground and pound we're talking about.
Good right hands.
Yep.
And see how he's keeping that one hand. That's why always when you touch the canvas, like that's bad, boom, he locked it up. He was able to get the hand free. See, now he opened up the guard, get the knees up high, and then boom.
And there's that
just
submission
threw
attempt.
On a quick arm bar.
A lot of younger guys would have panicked.
But he rolled through it, was able to get out. Then we just got in an entire tangled web of legs there.
We absolutely do. Round two about to kick off. Andrew Simon, Caleb Tracy. Here we go.
Now again, this is the one. Now see a little bit more, but he's got the one thing with Andrew trying to close that distance. Is the one thing. Caleb, you really need to kind of don't get caught swinging. There you go. One shot at a time. Give him a feint. Let
Good
him
body
step
kick
into
right
something.
there. I like that body kick. Simon didn't seem fazed by it at all.
See, now he's
Good
able
knee.
to work his way. There you go. Punish him with those knees. Keep backing up. There you go. See, closing the distance is not Andrew's forte. The punch looks a little slow and lumbered. And right here, this is where Caleb could really add in some feints and start cracking those shots.
Ooh, big uppercut right there. Simon walking through it, trying to press him up against the cage. Caleb Tracy, another
now he's going
attempt
to try to drop down to that double. He's going to get pressured over. Nice job, Caleb. Pressing over, getting into that half guard. He's up a little heavy, but... And again, that's the one thing right there. And Andrew went for that shot, but he had no drive through it. He kind of just sat down and was straight up and down. He got ran over the top.
Caleb Tracy, I think it might be a matter of time before he gets that leg through into full mount.
Oh, he's got this arm triangle is what he's looking at right now. Stay right there in the half guard. I like that. He's got it locked up. Andrew's got it locked up on one side, but he's got to be careful right now because that arm triangle is 100% what he's
And there he is, though. Here's his stepping over right now.
Use that opportunity. He's worried about the arm triangle. Get into the mount.
And Tracy all over, smothering Simon right now. Simon's again not panicking, though.
But he's got to give up his backhand and see the way that he reaches across the body. What a balance issue. Power move to be able to get through. I thought he was leaving that arm back there a little too much, but he was able to muscle through it, get the reversal.
And again, on top.
And I like that Caleb's just got one foot on the hip. There he goes, transitioning into the triangle, and Andrew was dropping his head down a little too low. We've got a triangle choke going. He's going to lock up the leg. He's able to come out the back door. There you go. Hold on that leg. Get that arm free would be the next step. But he's going to do a plata.
That would be something to see in cage aggression. You don't see the omoplatas getting the submission very often.
No, but even if he can use this position just to kind of press him forward and end up on top. This is now, can Andrew get his weight back and get that arm out of there? He's going to have to flip over the situation, but he's locking up the leg. Good veteran move there, Caleb, keeping him from flipping over and getting out of that move, keeping that arm stuck in there. Very nice.
This round seems a little bit more defined for Caleb Tracy.
100%. As he's about to transition, almost went right back into that triangle. Now Andrew's got to throw that leg by and get into side control. Get that, see, don't sit there. Throw it by and move. Get out of there. Get that leg by. Caleb's doing a good job of pushing on that hip, just not letting him move forward on that towards the head. Oh, we got a north-south. Short time. See, that's the thing. The shorter rounds, Caleb just had him in enough bad position to have dominated that round.
I feel the same way. You know, if I were the corner of Andrew Simon, I would have been calling for rapid strikes to try to steal at the end. Because in that point, that's really the only chance you have to steal that round, right? Control 90% of it, Caleb Tracy in that round, submission attempts, etc. But Andrew Simon never looking desperate during those attempts.
Nope, he just looked confused. He just looked a little bit lost on the kind of the movements what he was getting stuck in. And that's the one thing, again, slow it down. Like I said, when he took that shot, he sat down, but he wasn't driving forward, and he got ran over. You know what I mean? On that level change, Caleb ran him over. Then when he did power through, normally you don't want to leave that arm up there and try to power through as you're turning into him, and that arm is out there, and that's the thing that's going to hold you back. But he was able to muscle through it and still get that reversal. So there was some positive moments, but Caleb kind of turned it up in that round.
Absolutely, watching some of that of him on top smothering. But again, Andrew Simon was able to reverse that. Third and final round, you know, the first round, a pick'em. I think Caleb Tracy, the second round. So I'm telling Andrew, you probably need to finish here.
Yeah, I need you to get after it 100%. And again, the one issue has kind of been closing the distance is his one. And that's the one thing with Caleb, like I said, adding some feints. That teep to the middle, there you go. Teeps like that, feints. Oh, see, he almost stepped into that knee right there. Keep those forearms in there and keep him pressed away. Now he's going to try to get in on that leg. There you go. Keep that forearm in there. Nice. Don't step over
look,
too much hip.
Simon has been really good at pressing the action and getting on top. But he hasn't been great at continuing any type of aggression in anything but bursts. And really in the first round he had those bursts, but nothing in the second. And we're looking at him right now. You know, he just tried to strike from the top there. Those shots to the body almost seem meaningless, right? They don't have any.
Caleb's got one thing I like about Caleb. He's sitting there on his back, but he's got the foot on the hip. And again, Andrew
high butterfly.
Yeah, Andrew can't move forward. He's stuck in it. He's going to throw that leg up again, and we're about to get into another triangle because his head's dropped down, and he's kind of. He needs to. There he goes. He needs to kind of exploit. He's got to pass that leg by, get over there in the side control, or get in that half guard. He's got to get that knee out of the way as he moves up towards the head. But see again. Good job. He's going to get the sweep. Oh, and that's the one thing. He's getting his hips up just a little too high, which is allowing him to take him back over. Take him down. Same thing happening on the takedown scenario. He's kind of jumping up onto the back, and he's able to just kind of hip him over.
And, you know, as I watch this, if I'm Caleb's corner, I'm saying that we probably have to work on finishing those submissions, especially when they're in the position. And with Simon, I'm probably thinking, oh, yeah, here it is. Here's another opportunity. Let's see if he can finish this one.
No. Nope, he's going to try to throw the leg by, but he makes the attempt. What are the judges after?
But like right there, those are the ones. That's what you want to focus on, because he's been able to crowd his space. He's been able to get the takedown.
Yeah.
He's also not panicked and had reversals. It's just where has been the consistent offense like that.
Make him pay when he misses and things like that. And it's like I said, having that head a little too much. Like, how tired is he? There you go. Now you're going to pass the leg and sit on that leg, drive up towards the head. But see, right here, this issue right here is going to get run over. Caleb does a good job of reversing him, pressing him up against the fence, may grab a leg and can peel him off the fence. He's going to just right hand him to the floor.
And Caleb Tracy landed some shots. Ending up on top, definitely the judge is looking at that.
That's going to be big when it comes to, especially towards the end of the round, short periods, short time.
Effective strikes, cage
effective
control.
Strikes, getting inside control.
And let's be honest, you know it as well as I do. A lot of judges judge that last 30 seconds to a minute more than the rest of the round.
They don't really remember what happened in the first the first minute, the first
happens
30
all
seconds,
the time.
Right? It's those last. Steal the round in the last 30 seconds, ending up on top. It's a big move, throwing elbows to the side. This is how you finish the round. It's got short time, about to hit the 10-second. There we go. So here he goes. Yeah, to be on top. He's taking this round over.
I'm expecting a 29-27, if not a 30-27 on one of the cards. Caleb Tracy. Great
good.
job. And, again, he's growing as an athlete. Kudos to his opponent, who
for his
never
first
thought
fight,
about tying up havoc.
Yep, for his first fight, he learned some lessons. Like I said, get back in there, work on height, work on your base, work on, just things like that. Leverage, little things that you can do. He did a good job right here, but this is like thing when they're standing up here, just kind of closing it is there. Right off the bat, Caleb with that teep up the middle. Things up the middle are going to work because look at that. The way that he just kind of level changes into that takedown, you got to worry about that. Closing that distance is the biggest. That was the biggest oof for Andrew. So he's got to be a little more effective. Punch into the takedown where you kind of just, you just kind of bite down and in you go. But then right here on the ground, Caleb did a great job. Foot on the hip, pushing him down, throwing the punches. Even he seemed like he was in control even off his back.
And here is that submission attempt with the triangle, not quite there. Both opponents showing their sportsmanship. I don't know, you like the haircut, Pulver? I think in your younger days you might have rocked something like that.
I would have rocked something maybe like that for sure. Probably the red mohawk. I really liked having the designs in there, the mohawk and the design. All right, there was at one point I looked at some of my haircuts, I'm like, oof, what was I thinking? Good Lord. I just let it out there. I just let it grow. I just looked, I couldn't do the mullet, It's like you get into the Hall of Fame, I had the mullet, but it's not, I don't know if I could braid it,
No mullet madness for Jens Pulver.
I kept it short.
Up to Vargas for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. Our judges scored this contest 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Caleb Tracy.
That makes him 3-0.
You're not wrong. For amateurs, yeah.
He looked.
All right, folks, we're here with your winner tonight, Caleb Tracy. Caleb, congratulations on coming out, starting out the night with a win for Peoria Athletic Club. Talk to us about the win tonight.
Well, first of all, it threw me off. My name is Caleb, the motherfucking Kraken Tracy, all right? Second, first of all, which I should have started with, I want to thank the one above all, Jesus Christ, King of Kings. It was his way to let me win this night. I want to thank Andrew Simon. He stepped in. This other fucker named Roger Hickman was supposed to fight me. He was acting all weird, backed out. I got to thank my coaches. They've taught me everything I know. My family who lets me take time off work. My beautiful girlfriend in the crowd with my sister. My grandparents right there. They're at every single one of my fights. I want to thank Caged Aggression for letting me be here. 2 years ago, I started MMA. I came to one of these events, saw my friends fight, and I really envisioned myself in this ring one day. I'm glad it started like this. Everybody, if you thought I did good tonight, wait till you see the rest of Peoria Athletic Club. They were gonna blow your fucking socks off. Have a good night, guys.
Congratulations one more time on the tough victory. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, Caleb Tracy.
Bud Light Seltzer Retro title?
Have you tried these yet?
I'm sorry, ladies. It's my roommate, Emmerich.
Emmerich. Is that Irish?
Bud Light Seltzer Retro Tada. The loudest flavors ever.
And on to the next one. We got Kenny Thomas versus Peyton Wenzel coming up. And I'll tell you what, I like the return of the Mac on Kenny Thomas's end. His grandfather got him into the sport of mixed martial arts. He thinks it's going to be a great fight. And he feels that his drive and dedication is what's going to put him over the top tonight in this matchup. Looks up to fighters like DC Rampage Jackson. And I don't know who Cordis Stitz is, but he may be one of his training partners. He's fought a lot of tough guys, but he feels like he is going to break out in a short period of time tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
100%. I like the belief. I like the vibe. Now, is this? Yeah, I like. Look at that. He's got that belief. I like that vibe. I like that vibe as he walks out. I like it.
Return of the Mac. Come on.
Yeah,
it's a winner of a tune. Come on, Jazz.
I'm not singing, but I got you. I got you.
I need a little bit more of my karaoke, everybody.
If I let that go, it'd be terrible.
We'll hit that one on the TikTok for the kids. But looking really composed. Eye of the Tigre right now. Saw him yesterday at the weigh-ins. Didn't seem shook up at all. Seemed very confident. And that's what you really need if you're going to fight in this sport, right? You don't want to be wishy-washy.
No, you got to know what you're doing. But then again, having a team, having to work out, who do you train with? Do you train by yourself? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but pushing yourself. Obviously, having those coaches and things like that, they're kind of the ones you got to be willing to give that middle finger to the coach, because that's their job, is to push you, make you mad, but make you do the things that we know that you need to do. We don't always push ourselves as much as we think we do, or we shouldn't, Well,
that's why you got to have that love-hate relationship.
You got to have that love. I love to hate them. If I'm not cussing and calling names, they didn't do a good job.
I couldn't agree more. Peyton Wenzel now making his way down to the cage, fights out of the Scrap Shack, and looking up to fighters like Charles Oliveira and Alex Pereira.
Well, now it's that's very good. You got the Submission King and the Knockout and the KO Extreme.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got a lot of opposing styles in the sense of even how they came up through MMA. Very Alex true. Pereira has been a rocket ship. Oliveira, he was a 5-round fighter at one point.
Well, he had to go through them all, and they thought at one point he was journeyman. He was just going to be, he's good. He was going to be a tough guy to, just get through it. But, man, he just exploded when he finally got that belt. He's like, I'm not giving this up. He just changed everything, Submission King.
And that's the really great thing about mixed martial arts. You can be a fighter like Oliveira or even a Masvidal who maybe didn't make it to the top of the mountain. But if you are like an Oliveira, and all of a sudden you hit that lightning in a bottle where you get that streak of 4 to 6 fights.
Sense. And it just makes sense. Next thing you know, that momentum, all of a sudden you're training a little different. Everything you do is just a little different. It's always those little steps. That's as we get older, we find that out even more. Those little steps, and we just no hesitation.
And ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Light Heavyweight Division, powered by Mint Beast Boxing and MMA. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 201 pounds. Joining us from Decatur, Illinois, Kenny Thomas. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 206 pounds. He trains at the Scrap Shack. Joining us from Clinton, Iowa, Peyton Wenzel.
And already the corner over here calling for the double jab with Kenny Thomas. Looking forward to this one. I'm not going to blink. feel like we're going to be in a strike fest here, folks. Ooh, big right hand by Peyton Wenzel out of the gates.
All right, Neal almost look at the way he dips down and loads that right hand. It's obvious what he's going to throw. I can see now why they're saying get that jab going, Kenny. Be careful when you dip down like that. See, two big right hands and he's going to go up the head. You're going to hold it on that leg. Drive, big.
Big
slam.
Dump. Big dump right there by Kenny Thomas. And let me just say this. You know, like you said, 3 big rights by Peyton Wenzel. We didn't even see if he's going to use that left hand tonight.
There he goes. Now he wants to pass that arm, but he's going to go right into that arm.
He's doing a great job of it right now. He's locked
it
right in.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, easy peasy. You know, I think that number one, that slam to the ground knocked the wind out of him. He's struggling to get up. Yeah, that slam was...
He got lifted, lobbed. Look at him. He's taking his time. Look at him. He's still having a hard time getting up. That slam...
I think that had everything to do with the fact he really didn't defend it at all. He's still a little bit woozy. Didn't take that much time to tap. I'd love to see the replay of that slam on. If we have that, guys, let's start with the slam.
Side.
And then really within 10 seconds of that slam, he went around, got that neck, and secured the victory. Here we go.
Well, that's it. Boom. In, lift. Look, he's going to just
That is a huge lift.
All the way up, swings it around, and then drops it right on the side of his head, the neck, and the upper shoulders. Again, illegal in wrestling to slam people like that, but that was a heavy, look at the heavy
This
slam.
is MMA. That was a
100%.
heavy
I
slam.
love it.
And then let's watch the work. 3, 4, 5,
He gives
6,
a thumbs up. He knows where he's
7,
at, and he's just going to adjust
8,
the hand.
and there
Once
it
he
is,
gets over,
9,
hops
10.
over, passes the arm back by.
Maybe about 15 seconds because he doesn't do anything in the initial 10. But that was it. As soon as he locked it up, we were 1 second in on that tap. Great
that was
performance.
2 big right hands for Peyton, which he did a great job. He exploded those rights, but then he got in too deep. And this is where Kenny took advantage. Once he got those hips, lift, drives that shoulder right into the center. Boom. Right onto the chest. What a shot. And then right here again, like the only thing that kind of keeping him from moving is he was holding on to the head. You're thinking guillotine for a second, so he's trying to fight that. But once he peeled the hand off, he jumps over to the side. Wait, no, I wanted that hand there. Oh, yeah, no, I want that. Okay, I got my arm triangle. He could have just kept it there and drove over, probably, but peeled it off, did the right thing, which you want to do, right? Makes you get your head out. Got over to the side, then it's like, oh, wait, I want to go back in there and get that arm triangle.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Bruce Allen, has called a stop to this contest at 40 seconds into round 1, declaring your winner by submission due to triangle choke, Kenny Thomas. All right, we're here with your winner, Kenny Thomas. Kenny coming in, making quick work tonight. Tell us, what was the plan? Were you coming in to submit or what was going on?
My whole objective was to submit him. Set him up, get the right position for the right submission. And yeah.
Anything special you were expecting from Peyton tonight?
No, sir. I seen that, he was a pressure fighter, so I knew I was gonna have to cut my angles and make it make sense.
Well, look, you got a lot to celebrate about, but before you get to it, I want to ask, anything we left out or anyone you want to thank before I let you get to it?
Man, first of all, I want to thank my family, my friends, all the people that supported me. Number one, shout out to Decatur Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The dojo I train at, they've been working me. They've been putting, dog, it's unexplainable. I want to thank my coach, Mike, my trainer partners, Caleb. I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I lost my last fight, and I was hungry, I knew I had to come back, and I came back even stronger. And I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity.
Well, we appreciate you coming here and leaving it in the cage. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for your winner, Kenny Thomas.
And here we go again. Taylor Fleetwood versus Stephen Birt is the next one up here at Caged Aggression. Retaliation, night 1. And Taylor Fleetwood has always been into wrestling, but his brother was like, you know what, we got to get into this MMA thing, and they've been,
let's dabble.
Listen,
Let's dabble. That's what having brothers do. That's what you do.
You know, I'm going to say this. There was no MMA around when I was a kid, and we all thought we were pro wrestling. My brother ended up with a broken arm because he also thought he was Superman. That didn't work out for him.
We were pro wrestling a lot in the yard. We were wrestling and then pro wrestling with all the neighbors. We all had it 100%.
Just kind of the way you grow up. But again, now there's a real avenue for it. He's feeling really confident in his abilities, and he feels like he's here to dominate tonight. Says he's flexible in a lot of different styles, but of course wrestling is his best and his base. And says, look, man, back in April of 22, I was 270 pounds.
Holy.
I am now 185 pounds of MMA. It is time to shine. I like that a lot, too.
I'm 185 pounds of MMA. That is awesome.
185 pounds of MMA. And, man, a weight loss of almost 200 pounds in a little over 2 years with the way he physically looks is quite impressive. This guy has honed it in, looking extremely confident right now.
I love that. Has the team walking out with him. Obviously that's a big boost of motivation having him. But yeah, he put in the work like that. It's 108. Man, that's impressive. There's no denying he had to put in some kind of work to lose that.
No doubt about it. And it's not sloppy loss, right?
Yep.
You know, I've gotten to that point where even in good shape, you got those damn stretch marks. This guy's looking in great shape right now.
Then the big thing is once you realize, getting in here, it's putting in the work, getting it done, and now you got to get out there and we get in that live situation. Then the anxiety sets in, the nerves.
Well, he's under the lights, that's for sure, and his opponent, Stephen Birt, is about to make his way down the aisle out of Lycan's Den MMA. And let me tell you, we are no stranger to fighters out of Lycan's Den here at Caged Aggression. Some of the nastiest, most well-rounded fighters absolutely coming out of that camp. He's talking about his coach, James Martin, again, fighting later on tonight. And James Martin, again, what a gritty performance and big win he had over in the LFA. He got into this through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's a great base to have. Wrestling, Jiu-Jitsu, really the bases most of these people are going to right now. And he just feels like he does it a bit different. He's going to be able to get this win tonight. Looking very hyped up as he talks to his teammates and gets ready to enter that cage. Looking up to his coaches over at Lycan's Den, and unfortunately Conor McGregor, we can only hope he never fights again. Don't worry, he's not going to. And look, this is it. This is the debut. He's letting it fly.
Debut. I like it. The nerves. All that. I love that because you always talk about, I want to do this. I can do this. I think I can do this sport. Now here you go. Jump in there, get live, get after it. Live on TV. Let's go. Let's go. Deep water. Jump in.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you were probably no stranger to street fights. You had the wrestling background.
Of course.
But that very first time, there's a crowd.
Oh, I couldn't breathe. I don't think I breathed the whole for like at least a minute into the fight. I don't even know if it lasted a minute. I just ran out there and just charge.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Middleweight Division, powered by McCarl Family Racing. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 183 pounds. He trains at Marty's Martial Arts. Joining us from Davenport, Iowa, Taylor Fleetwood. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 183 pounds. He trains at Lycan's Den MMA and is sponsored by Midwest Mortgage Group, Overtime Energy Drinks, and Ella Salon. Joining us from Urbana, Illinois, Stephen Birt.
All right, folks. As my friend and ex-colleague over here at Caged Aggression used to say, it's time to get on the good foot and do the bad thing.
Oh, no.
He loved that one. And we are ready to do it right here.
And the first thing I have to say is that's the one thing. Go right into, when you are first starting to fight, the one thing back when my first fight, get into what you know right off the bat. Get into that clinch, get that takedown, get where you are comfortable, and you know what I mean, and start to work from there.
And Birt giving him no space whatsoever. He is getting after it. And he's got that leg tied up. Lets it go right there.
Trying to stay behind him, but he's doing a good job of getting back up onto his feet.
Unlock the hands for a moment, changing the position, looking to pick that ankle.
And on the single leg, gonna run the pipe. You can't drive across. Can't do that. Good sprawl. Stay heavy on that hip. With the right hand.
Fleetwood did a really good job right there of getting right back to his feet. And it looks like he's going to try to push off and exchange.
Now you got the fence. Now he's going to slow him down. There's the kick. Throw the right, left. Push him up against the fence. Start throwing those knees.
They're calling for him over in his corner.
See, snap that head down. Don't hang out right there. If he's going to drop down, snap him to the floor. Good push back. Drives him across the fence. Gets into his corner. Going to try to go back with that single leg. Make sure you don't wear your arms out in this process. Going to try to drive him up against the fence. Peel the legs off if you can. There you go. Rip some elbows to the side.
Good elbows. That second one stung him. That caught his attention.
There you go.
But he drove through, got the takedown because of it. Good right hands from the top. Ooh, great right left.
Landed some hooks, making him have to give up his back. Now you can't sit right there. Don't sit there and let him get the feet in. He gets the feet in and start. There you go. Try to get that. He flattens you out.
A couple of those shots caught his attention, and right now there's a possible submission right here. He's got a little over a minute to work. He's got the back. I would have liked to see him try to secure a body triangle right now, but doesn't seem to be going for it. But he's looking at that neck.
Yep, definitely got to make sure he doesn't try to wear your arms on the process. Doing a good job of fighting the hands. Make sure you don't cross those feet. If you do, cross your feet over the top of it, and you'll realize the mistake you made.
Fleetwood doing a good job right now of defending. Doesn't seem to be in any real trouble, and has been able to turn his way out and get out.
Nice job with the kick right back into the leg. He wasn't able to hold on. Good balance. There you go. Keep that leg
good
nice
shot from
and heavy.
Fleetwood. Trying to separate. He's got to make a case for the round right now.
Oh,
good knee.
Midsection. Nice.
They were telling him to get active.
See, I like that pressure and that feint
good
right
left.
there.
Good right. He is stealing the round right now, folks. There's a knee to the body. Fleetwood keeping active at the end of this round. About 14 seconds to go. Ooh, Birt takes the right hand to the dome.
Good right hand.
That one also caught his attention, kind of stunned him. I think that Birt is also a little bit gassed in this first round of MMA.
End of the round.
And yes, he is. That's a big, deep breath by Stephen Birt as he walks over to his corner.
Look at him. I love the coaches yelling, look at him. He has him. He has him worn out right here. It's where he can put it on. I mean, he's tired. He's done over there. He made it again. It's hard when you look. He had that takedown. Get into that wrestling and those scrambles. That wears you out faster than anything. And it's hard to get back from that if you start feeling that burn, that lactic acid in the arms and in the shoulders. You get a lot of wrestling. It'll drain you. He's got to figure out how to kind of recoup as he's sitting on a stool drinking some water.
Well, the thing is that he didn't give him any room. I mean, we're watching it right now. He crowded Fleetwood's space 90% of that round. But here we're watching really where he had his best offense, these shots right here. And look, he got his back. And there was a moment there maybe he could have got his neck. But at the same time, after this exchange where he gets up, clearly the gas tanks are almost empty. He tries to run the pipe here.
Which was his dominant, good sprawl. Now what can he do coming into this round?
I would expect that's a Taylor Fleetwood round, but a little bit close. Could make the argument the other way around. Fleetwood looking like the fresher fighter.
Boom,
right hand, right in there.
Again, pressure forward, throws that knee, and this is the problem right here. You see, he's falling off to the side. Make sure you circle out towards that head. Good job. And that was not a thing. Stephen was just too tired, kind of fell down in that position. And then, Taylor did a great job of moving off to the side. Take your time right here. Get that knee into that hip. Just get nice and heavy.
I'd like to see him push the arm down, step over with a crucifix. It looks like he's going for full mount instead. He's angled that way. But at the same time, I think Birt is in a lot of trouble here. Good knee to the body from the top.
Yeah, Bert's going to, now he's going to
There's the step over. Did it really easily.
Oh, he gets the mount. There we go.
Here we go. This is the beginning of the end.
Yeah, he's covered up.
He's covered up. It's over.
Punches, and he's not going to push on the hips. He's not going to do anything. It's over. What a comeback. Like, just the way he took over the last 40 seconds of that first round and just dominated in the second round. Nice job, Steve.
And you know, that's Taylor Fleetwood that got the win.
Taylor Fleetwood, I'm sorry. Man,
but
Stephen.
But Stephen Birt, I think that if he's able to work on that,
Stephen did a good job. He did a good job in the beginning. Nice job for Taylor. Again, apologies. The way that it was Stephen that was dominating the first half of that round.
Yes.
In the first round, and Taylor did a great job of coming back and pushing. And then you could tell in the second round, or going into the second round, Taylor was still standing up on his feet and ready to go. And then Stephen on the other side was sitting on the cage. You could just tell he was beat up, and it just showed when he came out there. He got right in it. Fleetwood got in his face and just pressure, and overwhelmed him.
Absolutely. Another great win there for Taylor Fleetwood.
Nice.
Smiling and celebrating. Every reason to. Again, this is a guy that went over a lot of adversity, dropped 100 pounds, and that guy did not make it easy for him. Stephen Birt was there to take him down, ground and pound, and win that fight. Weathered those storms, reversed the position, kept it up, got some nice strikes in there, got that full mount, and ended that fight with a flurry of strikes.
Yeah.
Jason Vargas in the cage. We are about to make it official. Let's throw it up to Jason.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, has called a stop to this contest at 55 seconds into round 2, declaring your winner by TKO, Taylor Fleetwood.
I see him.
All right, we're here with your winner, Taylor Fleetwood. Taylor, first of all, man, congratulations on the big win. No, it wasn't easy. Hey, talk to us about what it means to you.
It's pretty wild. I was going to dedicate this fight to my grandpa, who passed just last week. It was really tough, but I wanted to win from him. Thank you, Grandpa. You were with me the whole time.
Well, I can definitely tell he was helping and gave you some motivation. I'll tell you what, before we let you get to the celebration, anything else you want to mention?
I want to thank all my sponsors. I appreciate you guys from coming. My friends, my family. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for coming.
Well, congratulations on everything falling into place tonight, Taylor. Looking forward to the next one. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your winner, Taylor Fleetwood.
Imagine changing your life by simply changing your home. At Wilson Construction, we're known for exceptional home remodeling, from kitchen and bath updates to complete home transformations. Let us reimagine your living space, inside or out. We'll walk you through the entire process, helping you get just a little closer to living in the home of your dreams. Come see us in Bettendorf, next to Home Depot.
And the beat goes on. Up next, Dalton Armstrong versus Marcus Brems. Armstrong fighting out of Iowa Combat here in East Moline in the Quad Cities. Has a wrestling base. That's what got him into MMA. Loves this matchup. Feels that his mindset is his greatest strength in this one. Looks up to Shawn Brady. Shawn Brady, quite the scrapper and perennial contender over in the UFC. Certainly continues to have a bright future ahead of him as well. And he's like, look, I'm here to fight. I'm always a game fighter. And I'm looking at him right now. He's got a certain glow in his eyes for this one, folks. That's all I can really say. He's got a smile. It looks like the camp went well. Physically fit. Doesn't look drained. Eye of the Tiger. Grouping up right there with one half of the co-main event, Michael Shipp. Really couldn't ask for much more in this fight. I expect probably 1.5 rounds of fireworks. I do not expect this one to go the distance.
Nyquist, I see Mike over there. He's all right.
I mean, he's got a big smile. I'm not saying the guy hasn't been happy in the cage before, but there seems to be something on his face that says,
I'm prepared. Look at him. That's what it looks like when I'm prepared. When I've done everything I can to be ready for this fight, I'm prepared. That's it. Then it's like, what else can you do? Just go out there and have some fun. Get after it.
You know, some people, they don't officially consider another individual on the other end of a locked
when I say that,
arena.
I think we forgot about mouthpieces.
I saw that. Maybe he's just smiling because there's no mouthpiece.
How
in
dare
it.
I say I'm prepared? And then right when I say that, they're like,
And it does appear that's where we're at.
Yeah.
And so the smiles were probably incessant because he didn't have that large piece of plastic in his mouth.
I got my foot in my mouth. Dang it.
I think they are taking care of this at the moment. They found the mouthpiece. Here we go. Yes. Oh. And the boss, Bruce Allen, having a little fun with it as well. And here comes Marcus the Lone Wolf Brems, fighting out of Immortal Martial Arts in Columbus, Ohio, / East Moline. Got into MMA after college. I would imagine after all the brewskis and hutch and maybe the street scraps, he wanted to make it real. This one is a rematch, and he's confident he will pull it out again. Feels like his footwork and his experience are what's going to put him over the top. Looks up to people like Josh Neal, who's on our main event, Clint Anderson, and Matt Brown, the Immortal.
The Immortal, all right.
I myself also a big fan of Matt Brown. Talk about an entertaining fighter, right?
Yeah, he was awesome.
And I mean, what was his last fight? 18 months ago? It's not that long ago that he stepped into the octagon. I'm not sure if he's officially called it a day yet.
Don't mess with his chew. You watch that on The Ultimate Fighter. I was watching The Ultimate Fighter. He messed with his chew cam. Boy, that got him all heated. Because I do all the toughs. I was watching his tough season. Oh, man. Don't mess with that boy's dip, boy.
I watched that season. That was a great season of the show, by the way.
All right, we're enjoying this walkout. I like that. Took a moment. He's got the pain train with him. I mean, that's what we'll call it.
Are we going to see another result? That's the real question here tonight. Brems also looking confident, but I don't know, man. There just seemed to be a glow about his opponent.
We shall see. We shall see.
And he goes to the half of the main event right there. Josh Neal, who we already mentioned that he looks up to. I mean, when you're in camps like that, you really do rely on each other almost like brothers in some regards, don't you, gents?
100%. 100%. Like I said, they're all got the same pressure. It's tough being on the outside of that cage, watching that one fight, one of your teammates fight. You want to be the one that's in there. It's hard. So it's a mind game on both sides. Being in the cage is one thing, but it's, like I said, I'd rather be in the cage, and it's tough being on that fence, not be able to do anything. You just want the best for them every time. But again, that's the same thing. Why we push each other, why we go so hard, why we train so hard to get into that situation. So it's like let's dominate everybody. It's so much more fun that way.
And so many people here at Caged Aggression with those dreams of taking it to the next level, being in the UFC, having a contract with an organization like Bellator, fighting in the PFL tournament for $1 million. So many varied ways right now where you can really change your life in this sport, and this is one of the ways to get there in that Caged Aggression cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Super Lightweight Division. Powered by the Dam View Inn and the Diner. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 164 pounds. He trains at Nyquist Roundhouse Martial Arts and is sponsored by Mean Incorporated and 7th Gear Industries. Joining us from East Moline, Illinois, Dalton Ironside Armstrong. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 165 pounds. He trains at Immortal Martial Arts and Evolved Fitness and is sponsored by Great Midwest Seafood Company, Delph's Pro Gym, A Real Fade by Zach Kokite, and Superior Beverage Company. Joining us from Columbus, Ohio, the Lone Wolf, Marcus Brems.
Rematch.
It is about that time, folks. Here comes the rematch. They tap him up in the middle. Armstrong immediately with a great body kick.
That idea, circle.
And he's listening. Another good body kick right there. Checks that one from Brems. Brems looking for his own high kick. Not quite there.
That chin down. Keep that chin down, Dalton.
And his chin is, although his hands are high, his chin is also pretty high. It's not tucked.
Just drop it a little bit as you're closing that disc. Keep those hands up. That's one thing, back and forth, the feeling out process.
Is that tough to do? You know, as somebody that has never been in there with his hands up for even 30 seconds and then trying to have offense, but at the same time, tuck that chin.
It's ironic how hard it is. Like, ironic.
Whoa!
Kicked him in the liver
That's it. It's over. I mean, if
shot.
he could get in there, look, Brem's not giving up, but that totally incapacitated him.
Pass the leg. Take your time. Get after him. That liver's starting to recover, but it's an instant. That's an instant pain change.
That happened lightning fast.
I'm telling you, and it takes a minute to recover. There you go. That's what you want to do right there. You got to slow it down, sit in that side control, half guard. Good Lord.
He's on top right now.
It looks like Marcus has been he's kind of weathered the storm from that. That's an initial shot. You get hit in that dang liver, it just, the body shuts down like that's it. It's a surprising look on your face. Favorite knockout in the world, liver shots, favorite punch.
And they continue to be effective across a mixed martial arts. You were talking about opportunities. You just saw one of those liver shot incapacitators over on the Contender Series this very week.
Yes. And that's another thing right here.
He's going to town right now.
Pressure. Big shots in the face. Slow it down and just stay nice and heavy. Don't let him. He's compromised in that situation. He's stuck there. Now, pulling with body shots. But see, they're not going to stop it with body shots. You got to start teeing off to the head. Aim those punches. Slow it down and throw some big punches.
And if I'd have any criticism right now, I would tell him to try to concentrate to get to full mount and then really unload. Because his knee, that's it. They're going to stop it. He just never recovered. I think he put on a big face, but the bottom line is he never recovered from that liver shot. The way he is right now, he's still holding on to that side. And who knows? Maybe it wasn't a liver shot. Maybe he bruised his rib.
Oh, no, it's that liver shot. Well, maybe, but...
I'm just saying that the way it appeared for a little while when they were rolling, he recovered, but look at him right now. He's still down.
Oh, it's instant.
Oh, that one is instant. That has got to be the liver. But even here, he doesn't look like he's in as much pain as he is now.
I thought he threw the legs up quick, looking for an armbar-ish kind of a situation. And maybe it is. Maybe it's one of those things where, he's holding his sides, and now he's kind of, I don't know if he pulled something in the process.
Maybe one of the follow-up shots in the ground and pound, move something in the wrong direction.
Well, the way that he's holding now, he's holding the other side. And so that's like, again, he got kicked on the right side, left leg to the liver.
Yep.
And now with the way that he's holding it with his left hand, he's holding the left side. At least I see the way he's babying that left side. So maybe
a torn muscle, pulled it. Here, we're watching the beginning of the end right here. And now you're seeing him wince. This is where the referee is starting to realize, okay, this looks like it's over.
Well, the thing, you get into intelligent defense. You're stuck here for a long time. He's trying to fight the hands, but even if the punches, like I said, I wish he would have thrown more.
Oh, and there he was. He gets the other side right there with that shot.
Yep,
and now he's going to that
shots.
body. Yep.
Some deliberate shots to the head. The body shots work, but then, take it down. Instead of the pity pat shots, rip a couple of big ones and get out of there. That was the one thing he was compromised. But see, he threw one right there, and it was instant. That was that delay on the right side delivered. That's what it'll do. But now they're putting ice and everything on his other side.
I just hope he's going to be able to walk out here on his own, or even with a little bit of help, because I'm not sure that's going to happen right now. He's starting to get up. Here we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, but they're not going to have him wait around. They're going to have him go be looked at by a doctor immediately. And look, the safety of the fighters is of the utmost concern here.
But nice liver kick by Dalton. Way to come back.
Dalton was smiling, and he's smiling bigger right now.
Good ground and pound, aggressive. Like I said, I was just worried about don't punch yourself out by throwing enough of those little body shots. Sit back and boom, boom, throw some big, heavy shots. But at the same token, I know you got him in a situation. You dropped him. You're sitting half guard. He's got.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 14 seconds into round one, declaring your winner by TKO, Dalton Ironside Armstrong. All right, we're here with your winner, Dalton Ironside Armstrong. Dalton, congratulations on the big win. Hey, what was it that you landed there that dropped him in the first?
I believe it was a rear kick to his ribs.
I gotcha. So look, I know this matchup, it was a long time coming, lots of background going into it. Talk to us about how it feels getting that win tonight.
It feels great, man. I've been working hard in the gym, working hard on my striking, my wrestling, getting all around better, you know?
It definitely shows in the performance here tonight, but before we let you get to the celebration, anyone you want to mention or anyone that you want to thank?
I want to thank my family, my teammates, everyone that helped me this whole camp. I want to thank Mike for putting on such a great show, and I want to thank all you guys, too, for coming and supporting.
Well, look, we can definitely tell you've been putting in the work. Looking forward to the next time, but until then, Dalton, soak it up, enjoy the win. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, Dalton Armstrong.
A couple more left on the early card. Our next is Carlos Gutierrez versus Chad Hinton. And I expect this one to be a banger. Gutierrez fighting out of Rock Falls, Illinois, and the Scrap Shack. Fighting has always been a lifestyle for this gentleman. You take that as you will. We've all known that guy. We've all known that guy that you get up and you know his name is synonymous with a bare knuckle sandwich. He is looking hyped up. He's getting ready for a war, and I bet he's got one. This one should be a very exciting fight. Feels like he is a well-rounded fighter, and that's what's going to take him to victory tonight. Every day when he's watching the UFC, he wants to be one of those dogs that's in there. And that's the kind of mentality you have to have when you want to get to the top. You got to be able to want to scrap-matic that sucker all the way through. And I guess that's why the Scrap Shack is probably a great place for this young gentleman.
It's a good name for sure. But again, it can be all those things. You can want to fight, you can love to fight, but do you want to get in shape? You know, that boring, mundane thing that a lot of people don't like to do, get into that ridiculous shape so you never get tired. So that's one thing. But looking at him, he looks like he is taking care of himself. He looks like he's done the right thing to get that body in shape. And I am judging a book by its cover because that's all you got in the very beginning. But that's the one thing. It's the hardest thing. People love to do this until it comes to running those sprints and putting in that work.
or going for that single leg 1,000 times.
100%. 5,000 jabs a day.
I don't know if I could have 5,000 gummy bears a day. I don't know if I'd want one. Yeah, no.
Hey,
5,000? I bet you could get 5,000.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you probably have to be shadow boxing pretty early.
Yes, you know this. All day. I've got about 200 of them just in the chair right now.
That's
I can't help
true.
it. Shadow boxing all the time.
I mean, 5,000 you probably do on your head. Chad Hinton making his way down, fighting out of Peoria Athletic Club. He got into MMA by watching The Ultimate Fighter Season 5. So many people watching that reality TV show and going, hey, what is this?
Greatest season ever. Season 5, there's no better season. That's the season. Had some crazy coaches.
Why do you feel
Nate
that
Diaz
way?
and Manny Gambrine were in there. Team Pulver. You know?
That is a tough one to beat. I mean, anything with one of the Diaz boys, gets that extra special.
All the drama. BJ, me and BJ, we didn't get along at all. There was a lot of factors. Even ping pong became the most intense thing on the planet. It was crazy.
And by the way, speaking of those he looked up to, no shocker, it is the Diaz brothers.
Of course.
And he feels like his experience growing up and grappling is going to be what puts him over the edge in this contest. Both guys physically fit. Both guys coming out of really great camps. Both guys young and hungry. This may be the sleeper fight of the evening. Looking forward to it.
I'm sold. I'm really liking this Peoria Athletic Club. They have a lot of fighters, good base. I've known them for a long time with the Blackerbys. I remember them from the Tigre World and stuff. So I like this. I like seeing this coming out of Peoria. Very cool.
Absolutely. And later on, we're going to be watching Thomas Blackerby in the co-main event. Fighting another tough customer and really fighting through adversity his last time around here at Caged Aggression, where he got hammered by his opponent, still wearing that scar, dropped, and just fought right through it. And I remember interviewing his opponent. His opponent was extremely confident he was coming out with the victory on that one. And a young Thomas Blackerby just said, no, you aren't, sir.
Not today. It was
not
a scrap.
today.
Yeah, not today. All right, I like this. I like it.
Carlos Gutierrez, Chad Hinton. We're going to send it up to Vargas and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Bantamweight Division, powered by Wilson Chiropractic. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 136 pounds. He trains at the Scrap Shack. Joining us from Sterling, Illinois, Carlos Gutierrez. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 135 pounds. He trains at the Peoria Athletic Club and is sponsored by On The Go Auto Body and Logan Family Graphics. Joining us from Champaign, Illinois, Chad Hinton.
They both are ready to go. Done.
And both fighters certainly have their fan base here tonight. Two young up-and-comers. Like I said, this could be the dark horse fight of the night. Keep your eyes peeled. Meet him up in the cage. Ooh, Gutierrez going in there with a little flamboyance out of the gates. Front kick, moving with those hands. Oh, big right connect!
Turns him into
That's what you have to watch. Oh, he goes for that neck almost immediately.
Got the neck, but at the same token, don't overdo it. Got himself in a little bit of trouble, but he rolled through. Good scramble.
And here we go. Now the fight really begins. Let's take those deep breaths. Maybe the fancy pants is out for a moment. Carlos Gutierrez on top. He's still moving very, very quickly, even in this position. And yes, these are 135ers. We expect a little bit of speed. But like boy, that power.
Yeah, Chad, he's got the feet on the hips, which again makes it really hard for Carlos to be able to move around and really do anything. Getting that now, he's going to get the feet up across to the guard. Now you got to try to fight the hands, but they're there for a moment. On the hips, trying to push away.
And he's got that right hand trapped from the bottom as well.
And that's going to be the one issue, right? Always when you touch the canvas, you got to make them pay. Hold on to that arm, and this is one thing that'll get you stuck there, and then start picking on it. But try to get that arm back, start making movement. Hinton opened up the legs, thought about an arm bar moment.
And in that, Gutierrez got off a good left hand, did connect, didn't seem to affect his opponent. What does Hinton have to do to get out from under the bottom right now?
You know, that's he's doing right here with the plata on that arm. Create that movement right here. Create that scramble. Come up, 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 up. And then don't stop right here. Keep the scramble going. He's got that plata again. And that was that one thing with that arm. But good job, Carlos, getting out of it. Hits him with two left hands. Dropped a knee on his face on accident. But diving into those legs is the one thing. Hinton's doing a good job of scrambling underneath right here. You don't want it. My job if I'm Carlos, boom. Get heavy and slow it down right there. We had a good scramble for a moment, and that's the one thing if you're Chad Hinton, you want to create space. Create space and get away.
And right now, Gutierrez certainly making the case for the round despite eating that big shot from Hinton that really started this ground match.
And that's that one thing, that right arm, see, is always getting stuck on. There he goes. Throw the arm, legs by. Trying to get
left hand from Hinton kind of gets through right there. Or not to Hinton, I'm sorry. From
Carlos. Oh, that's it.
Carlos Gutierrez,
big
right.
Big right hand. And that's it. Control those feet, swing it off, and let that hand ride. There, good left hand, good right hand. Some big shots again by Carlos. Nice ground and pound.
You better watch that face, though. One big up kick, and it changes everything. Oh, another big right hand. He's her left
big
hand.
Left hand this time.
Now he's having fun in there. He's back to dancing.
You know, and that's the one thing that Hinton's got to be careful of, those legs getting swung by side to side. And stop going after those legs as much as you can. Good job of stacking them up, Carlos. Passing off the side control. Good. Very good round.
It will start on their feet in the second round, but Carlos Gutierrez certainly makes the dominant case for that round.
This will be a lot of fun to see what it is that Chad can do differently. He landed that big shot, but then got dominated. We got to get back to our feet. We got to be able to pass that guard. We got to be able to get back up, scramble. I mean, we got to be able to get a sweep or something. Carlos did a great job right here, but this big right hand, boom.
That's the one that changed things.
Yep.
But at the same time, he was not able to stop that takedown, and Gutierrez was able to reverse positions right there.
That's it. When we sit back for those guillotines, it's just such a no. But we can't help it, right? He hit him with a good hand. He thought he had it, and that's what cost him, and he was never able to get back up again. He got rolled through. And at this point, it was just, I mean, he had a good job here. He went for the plata at one point, thought about the arm by, opened up the guard a little bit. And this, again, when Carlos popped up, see, keeping that right arm on the canvas, he was able to hug it and hold on to it. But then from here, this is where Carlos just took over.
Those
passed
were the
that
big
leg
shots.
by, big right hand. He hit him with some big shots.
I will say this. Hinton looks pretty recovered.
And this is what I love right here. Look at Carlos up there bouncing around on his feet, conditioning. He looks in shape. This is what I was saying about both of them. You get into a scrap like this, conditioning is going to be everything.
Gutierrez looks like he has a vicious reach. Those arms look extremely long for his build.
Oh, and that's it again. Look at the way that Chad's walking down. There's that right hand again. Remember,
Gotta watch that. He's got those hands so low.
Both the guys, he lets him sit back. Now we're going to see Chad on top and see what he can do differently.
And he gets him over in the corner to try to crowd him.
Carlos does a good job locking up the guard, locking up the hand. See if we can go. We look for a stand-up, or we got to start trying to pummel inside, create some space. Figure four, that body tells you, I'm not going nowhere.
I think that Hinton's going to find some type of separation so that he can land some big shots from the top. Doesn't appear to be fishing for any type of submissions here.
No, and that's it. Tighten up those hands, grab hands on the biceps so you have a little more control of them and start landing body shots, body, head. Again, Carlos doing a good job getting the forearms in there. Now he opens up the knee. So you get that forearm in there to push that arm back, throw the legs up.
And he's setting up the push-off with the left leg, but now into a body triangle.
Yeah, Hinton's doing a good job of keeping him pressed up against that fence.
A little over a minute down in the first round.
There we go. Like I said, he's got to start. That's the one thing. Oh, see, he's going to throw that leg up like that. Carlos still looking and working from the ground. Chad's got to do something. He gets the takedown, but he hasn't really done much from here. Again, body, head, start looking to score some points, hop into that half guard, keep that position. Nice job.
I will say this from the bottom, Gutierrez, although he's somewhat active, doesn't seem to have a lot of offense. You know, that triangle was obviously right there. Didn't try to take that and then didn't get back up. And right now,
Hinton is going to slide into a mount. Oh,
yep,
good
gets
job.
right into full mount right now. This is extremely dangerous. Crowding his space. Here's where he needs the offense. I mean, I'd say it's a pretty big lock that he has this round, making it 1-1. But finish this fight. Get on top. Drop the big shots. Don't leave it into the judges' hands.
Well, that's it right now. He's got to try to. He's up a little too high. He's up high on the hips, trying to pressure down, pressure that chest to the floor, looking to try to pressure on the head, squeezing on the head. And that's the one thing right here. He's keeping Carlos just pressured. He's not throwing any punches. Carlos is trying to throw by. You got the mount position, but you're just holding on to the position.
If you're in Hinton's corner right now, what are you screaming at him in this last 20 seconds? He's looking for the head and
arm. He wants to get that
arm.
arm triangle if he can, but that's the one thing. Carlos doing a good job. A little too sweaty for that. Sit up and start trying to throw some shots. Got to score from here. So yeah, we got short time. The clacker goes off, and that's the one thing. Even though he got the mount position, not much done with it. He just was able to hold Carlos there.
I think still enough, obviously, to win that round, putting it at 1-1. It's going to be who's hungrier right now. And here's the deal. You know, right now, Gutierrez huffing and puffing a little bit more in the corner. Certainly not having that dance face that he had in the first round. But at the same time, effective offense has something that has eluded Chad Hinton even when he's in the most aggressive of offensive positions.
And that's what it was for Carlos, just a slip, kind of just a slip and fall, went backwards and Chad capitalized, jumped on top, and that's it. So right now, whoever's on their back don't really tend to get off of it. So that's the one thing they can change that up, you know, and then he, like I said, he locks up, Carlos locks up the triangle from the bottom. You got to try to go for more submission attempts, try to do something, because I think, one round apiece?
I'm thinking 1 round apiece, but Gutierrez off the stool, dancing around, you know, obviously frustrated with his performance in the second round, dropping self-inflicted F-bombs.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit, but again, you spent that whole time in the mount. You know that doesn't look good in the eyes of the judges.
Absolutely. And look, his corner told him, you know, you want the fight, you got to win this round.
Yep, that's what they should watch that slip. There we go, good combination. Big right. Chad, nice.
And here's the problem, you know, I'm not trying to knock Chad Hinton striking, but if you're going to go against some of the more high-level strikers, keeping your hands down like that is extremely dangerous. Chad Hinton has landed several times. Gutierrez, to his credit, has not been completely and totally rocked, but people are connecting. I think if you're going to do that dancing with the hands down and the chin out like that, you better be at a distance that you're comfortable not getting hit.
Yeah, we're going to go for the arm bar. He's going to be able to get out of it. Nope, but he does a good job of hopping over. Nice.
Great job of spinning on that.
Nice job of spinning out of there. He couldn't get it out, pulled the arm out. He was able to spin through. But, yeah, that's the one thing, right, with him is Carlos, he's got that. He keeps his hands down a little bit, but I really do like Chad Hinton striking. I like how he throws those hooks, and he's got some good power punches when he's in there. And then right now, again, you got to work. You're on the bottom. And how are you going to win this round? Kick away, try to get back up to your feet. There we go. We got enough kick, each right hand. If you get busy with these submission attempts, Carlos seems pretty adamant about staying inside this guard again and pressing forward. I don't know if you want to finish on your back in the eyes of the judge. Again, feet on the hips, start creating and making space, spinning around for the armbar, works. Transition from here, gives up side control. Half guard, sorry. There you go, keep moving.
Almost had the neck for a moment.
There we did. Then Carlos able to maintain and stay on top, throws 2 good left hands right there.
And by the way, I feel like Hinton right now is in trouble if he does not get out from the bottom.
Yeah, even though he's trying, he has tried for a couple of submissions. He tried for the straight arm right there, put pressure on the elbow, but I think, like I said, I would like you to finish on your feet or on top. And with these judges, you never know. They always think it's the end-all, be-all, just being on top in the guard, even though nothing happens. Trying to throw the legs by. Carlos is trying to get past these legs. Chad's doing a good job of maintaining his guard.
But Gutierrez staying aggressive, trying to land those wild right hands, right?
Yep, Chad once again with that armbar. There he goes. He got it. He spins over. Are we too sweaty? He's able to hold on to it, but the way that Carlos is fighting it, We're in an awkward situation. Are the referee seeing it?
Gets it out.
Utilize it, gets it out, and ends up going back on his back. So now
Good right hand.
Are the judges seeing these attempts or the defense by Carlos and the strikes from that guard position?
I think that he's just landed too many strikes from the top where, unfortunately, those submission attempts from the bottom and Hinton have not been enough.
With these right here,
man.
with short time, get the crowd to pay attention. He's doing this, and this is how you steal the round right here. If you're Chad, you just do not want to be on your back. Carlos tried to posture up, land some big shots.
Looking to get one or two more off toward the end of the round.
There it is.
Which he does.
Either way, wow, like you said, this is a great fight right here.
Very
impressive
competitive
fight.
Very competitive. I got to tell you, I think it's 2-1 Gutierrez. I think maybe even one of the judges is going to end up possibly giving him that second round, despite the fact there was no offense. But at the same time, great fight.
Both of you.
Again, these are young guys coming up, putting it all out there, folks.
What's that? I got it. We'll see.
All right, there we go. Again, young fighters love to come over to Jens Pulver. Pat Miletich when he's here, your coach. We got John Fitch next to us. This is a big moment for them. They're in front of over 1,000 people, some of which they know, some of which they don't. Those lights are on them for the very, very first time. And they're going up against the guy dancing in their face.
Yeah, no, but I get it. That's it. He did try a lot on the bottom. Again, I think what it'll really boil down to is what did the judges see as far as with those submission attempts? That big shot he had in the first round, does it count?
That's
what
a good
kind of score
question.
do they have that? Is that a 10-8er from there? Who knows? And if they're a boxer, if they're a boxing judge, they're automatically, 10-8, you get him, so. But then he shot him with the takedown, so who knows what they're looking for, what they're after. But odds are inside the guard, trying to be busier with the hands, definitely the salesmanship of it.
Absolutely. And we're just waiting for Jason
Either way,
Vargas.
it was an impressive fight. Look at that. That means we're taking time to look at these judges' tally. We're trying to look at that. But either way, good fight. Nobody needs to be really too discouraged. That was a great fight.
And, by the way, we haven't had anything controversial or a split decision tonight, so let's not get too wacky. Here comes Jason Vargas to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. Our judges scored this contest 29-28 Hinton, 29-28 Gutierrez, and 29-28 declaring your winner by split decision, Chad Hinton.
Oh, and the crowd, I got to tell you, I am surprised. It is that split decision, and it ends up going to Hinton. I'd like to see that one get run back. Maybe we do that in 6 months, caged aggression in March. Both guys giving each other hugs. Much love, much respect. But there it was. You were right. What did the judges see? There's the split.
Yeah, and that was one thing. The salesmanship, the punch that he was throwing. Either way, like I said, take nothing away. And that's the sad part about this judging. Like, they're going to be pissed, and I get it, and deservedly so. But there was a lot of submission attempts made from the bottom in that third round. Did that work? But he landed some big power shots, tried to put the fight away as well. It was a great fight. That was a good fight. It's almost one of those ones, again, you just wish, all right, let's go a fourth round. Let's have some kind of decider. But that's how it works.
All right, folks, we're here with your winner, Chad Hinton, after a tough split decision victory. Chad, congratulations on the big win, man. You earned every bit of that. Tell us how it feels, sir.
It feels great. I feel like at this point, I can't be denied. I'm the best bantamweight in cage aggression, straight up. I need that title shot. Mike, where's it at? You gave me a tough opponent, and Carlos Gutierrez, much tougher than I thought. I spent the last three fights focusing on my striking. Come right back into MMA. I'm right up against a grappler, straight up grappling fight. Barely got to use my stand-up, what I've been working on, and that shows the team that's behind me and what I'm capable of. Peoria Athletic Club, that's all I got to say. Thank you to them, all those that support me,
And I just can't say it enough. I love everybody that's behind me. I wouldn't be here without them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the complete package right there. Let's hear it one more time for your winner, Chad Hinton.
Well, talk about controversy, folks. The fans in a fit here at Caged Aggression. We got one more on the earlier card. Jeremy Landowski versus Noah Balini. This is also another great scrap. You know, Jeremy Landowski coming here, fighting out of Unified Martial Arts out of Wisconsin. You know, got into MMA through saying, you know, I want to get into shape, but I want to use something that's worthwhile of my time in the gym and start training with his buddy. And now he's here. He feels like he's going to be impressive in there, and he wants to look that way before going pro. He feels like this is the right setting to do so. Feels like his boxing and his wrestling are his strong points. And he really looks up to anybody that is willing to step up into the cage and put it all on the line. Now, his opponent, Noah Balini, is a game mother trucker here over at Caged Aggression. And quite frankly, I think he's been on some of the raw ends of not only decisions, but looking great in there, and then just at the very end, getting finished. Something doesn't come together. Noah Balini not going to make it an easy fight for Jeremy Landowski. However, Jeremy Landowski right now looking very, very calm, very astute.
Calm.
That's a good sign.
I was noticing he looks calm, confident. I like that. I like that walk.
And, you know, he's one of these guys out of Wisconsin, doesn't have a huge entourage. There's not going to be any controversy if he loses a split decision here today, the way that our last fight happened.
Hey, man, those are judges' opinions. You don't want to leave it in the opinions. I mean, that's on them. And what have you done? You know, I mean, the salesmanship, how you sold that fight, all the little things. It's like, I mean, that's what you're doing. How do you stick in their minds and get them to vote for you? You know, it's a tough situation. If you don't like it, drop them.
Absolutely.
Your opponent, that is, not the judges.
Listen, you don't want the athletic commission never sanctioning a fight again.
You don't want that. That's all, man. Yeah, no, but just go out there and just put the hands to them and take it away from him, not allow that opinion. But again, that was a good fight, that last fight.
Yeah, it was absolutely a great scrap to watch. And now Noah Balini set to make his way to the cage, fighting out of UFS Academy and South Valley Jiu-Jitsu, Rock Falls, Illinois. Feels like this is a great matchup for him. Feels good physically, looked good over at the weigh-ins yesterday. He feels like his overall game in mixed martial arts, that versatility, and I guess being a jack of all trades, a master of none, is what his advantage is in the cage. Looks up to people like Austin Hubbard, who have fought in this very building. Just recently had a tough loss, split decision loss.
Split decisions, I'm telling you.
Over in the UFC. Bilal Muhammad, the current 170 champion, and Ignacio Bahamondes.
Bahamondes! It's my favorite name to say. I love that. Bahamondes.
You say it much better.
I love it.
Nacho,
man, and his range, his height. You can tell I watch a lot of UFC. But it's, Bahamondes. I like that. He's got range.
Certainly somebody to keep an eye on over at the UFC. Balini also looking extremely calm right now. Almost looking through the cage, getting ready for those last moments. They're checking out the fingernails, making sure that he doesn't have any knives or anything to stab his opponent with.
Right.
I mean, has there ever been that moment where you just find the strangest thing on an MMA fighter, and they're just like, hold on there?
Well, if they're greased.
That's true.
And they have it on their shoulders and their arms, and they've got like this little glitter. You can see like the reflex.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Amateur Welterweight Division, powered by Quad City Ketamine and Wellness Clinic. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands an even 6 feet tall and weighed in at 169 pounds. He trains at Unified Martial Arts and is sponsored by A&D Renovations and Tavern Front. Joining us from Antigo, Wisconsin, Jeremy Bad Grandpa Landowski. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands an even 6 feet tall and weighed in at 171 pounds. He trains at Sauk Valley Jiu-Jitsu and Valley Flow Striking Academy. He's sponsored by The Cooler, Rituals Chiropractic, and Total Construction Services. Joining us from Rock Falls, Illinois, Noah Balini.
Man, surprisingly, they both look really relaxed.
We'll see how that goes in the next 5 to 10 seconds, folks.
Just kind of think it out, Landowski. Again, just that feeling out process. I like the circling by Balini. When in doubt, just circle around a little bit till you get that, till it starts to feel right. But then Landowski throws some big shots, and Balini came back firing on his own.
Balini on the back foot so far.
And that's it. Good
leg kick for Landowski.
All right, look at that feeling out process. Feeling out process right off the bat. Landowski pushing forward a little bit. Balini waiting. Good teep up the middle.
Ooh, you know what? He's moving forward. Nice left by Landowski, but I got to tell you, that kick landed well. Nice 1-2 by Balini, gets through.
That's right. He stepped back and nodded at him and said, giggity. Then look at landing big shots. Now he's going to chase after Landowski, push him up against the fence. But he had it. It's like he just embraced those 2 shots. Like, all right, I got something for you.
And by the way, I think Landowski, with that first kick, he hid how much that hurt. He looked really uncomfortable in that initial strike. It came forward, trying to come with some offense, was slightly successful, and that's when Balini landed those big 2 shots. Balini currently has him up against the cage. Landowski doing a good job of not allowing him any offense.
I like Balini, though, has that head position, ducks on, took the time to duck underneath to take the back. Oh, there, nice job. He went from head position, felt it, ducked underneath. Boom, now Landowski does a good job of getting it back, snatches up the guillotine, denied, backs out, and we're going to reset in the center. Nice. And he goes upstairs with the right hand, draws Balini, but he pops up swinging. Then he gets in and gets a 1-2. Down he goes, he's going to cover up. Landowski going to try to finish him off. He kicked him in the head. He comes back and hits with the combo, but
that big shot to the face, I think that's going to do it. I don't know if he's, I don't think he's going to recover.
Oh, that was big.
I'd love to see that. What was that, a left hook that caught him that put him down initially?
The left hook caught him that first kick, and then he caught him with the left hook, and he caught him with some big shots. Balini tried to step back and do what he did last time, to bust him up with some counter shots, but he got pulled apart bad. Landowski just exploded.
Yes, he did. Landowski, again, I think there were a couple shots that hurt him, made him feel uncomfortable. He came and pressed the action. Let's take a look here.
Here comes that right leg.
At the end of the day, that one right there, you saw him take that deep breath. Ooh, that hurt him. He still came forward. And this is where the 1-2 lands for Balini. Boom.
Yeah,
1-2.
Balini was scooting backwards, landed a couple of big shots, and nodded at him, kept forward, teep again. Like, let's do this.
Certainly a fun fight for as long as it lasted.
Right here, we got the rest, and this was it right here. Look, he had the job. He had the body double unders, had the head in the position right here. Good job keeping it pushed up against the fence. And at one point, he's going to pop into a duck under. wrestle around here. He thought Landowski thought it was a good job of getting that right hand back at it. One minute he's going to throw a head and arm. But then after the drop, now he gets in and starts throwing heavy shots. And again, you can only do so much covering up.
And there it is. The referee had just seen enough. I would have liked to see that initial shot that put him to the ground.
Oh, that right leg that he threw, the right leg kick.
Yeah, but he popped up from that one.
Yeah.
And he popped up with offense. See, watch. He'll pop up right here. Boom. Pops up with a right hand as he comes up. Lands. And it's after this exchange up here.
Right, left.
That's the left hook. The left hook and the right hook that came over the overhand probably grazed maybe the top of his head as he was going down. Big shots right there. Jeremy Landowski has to be on cloud 9. Here he is. He pops up, exchanges, but here it is right here. Oh, that left hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Bruce Allen, has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 2 seconds into round 1, declaring your winner by TKO, Jeremy Bad Grandpa Landowski. All right, we're here with your winner, Jeremy Landowski. Jeremy, congratulations on the big win. Sounded like some heavy shots landing there in that last exchange. Talk to us about the finish and how you set that up.
We were working hooks this whole camp. I know I got a good hook. I mean, that right hook will land and it'll put somebody out. I don't know what I hit him with, if it was a left hook or right hook, but I know it was a hook. We had a lot of hard sparring sessions where I was taking some damage. We got 2 guys fighting tomorrow, Angelo Barron and Justin Nowak. Those guys put in some work with me. These guys here are my coaches. They put in work with me. My cousin Max, he's holding pads for me. Everything. Everybody comes together and gets me a good fight camp, and I feel comfortable wherever I go now.
Well, it was definitely a solid win against a tough opponent, Noah Balini. Anything we left out before I let you get to the celebration?
Yeah, I want to say happy birthday to my baby brother, Xavier. He's been my best friend since he was born, so it's his birthday today. I love you. I'm glad I could get that finish for you first round. I love you, buddy. I'll see you out there.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing what comes next. Until then, enjoy the win. Let's hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner, Jeremy Landowski.
All right. The first portion of the card is in the books. We got some big highlight moments to talk about, Jens Pulver.
All right, fight fans, that's going to wrap up the first portion of tonight's card. We're going to take a quick break and come back with tonight's main card, including our championship fights and all of our professional fights. But before we go to intermission, I'm going to kick it down to Jason Bermas and Jens Pulver.
Pulver, what a first half of the card. We had some really big highlights. Kenny Thomas taking Peyton Wenzel, slamming him to the ground.
That slam was sick. That was the biggest slam. I mean, the big slam. Lift him up, didn't even waste no time, dropped that shoulder right in the sternum. That was big.
And Wenzel, you know, he had some big shots on the inside, sustained some shots, but then just had to tap out, got choked out pretty quickly. Dalton Armstrong, Marcus Brems. Armstrong lands that liver shot, essentially cripples that young gentleman.
100%. That's what the liver does every time. There's no delay. The body quits right there. It's the greatest punch in the world. Liver.
Controversy reigned here. Gutierrez versus Hinton. I'd actually said, hey, maybe we're going to have a split decision here. I figured that split decision was going to be for Gutierrez. The crowd not in love with it. Hinton gets the win. What are your thoughts?
I know, but what a fight. It was an incredible fight back and forth, but I just think, again, as much as you do from his back, I didn't know if the judges were going to like that or not, but he made a lot of attempts at the end, but Gutierrez hit him with a lot of heavy shots. So it just kind of, I don't know what the judges were favoring in that, but it seemed like from the back and those submissions in that third round. It was a close fight up to that, but it was a great fight overall. Neither one, I hate saying that, shouldn't be too discouraged, but, you know what I mean, because it was a great fight, but I get it. You're pissed that you didn't get the win, you know?
I feel it. And then Jeremy Landowski, Noah Balini, I would say an action-packed half-rounder. Didn't get out of the first round, but at the same time, Balini came to scrap. Landowski looking uncomfortable with some of the shots, powered through that adversity, gets the KO.
Yeah, busting him up through that. Again, throwing those hooks on the inside. All it takes is one that lands. He had that high kick that kind of wobbled him, and then he was coming in with the combination right, and then boom, the left landed. And again, when you hit that floor, covering up, man, intelligent defense. You can't lay there. You got to start moving from there because they're just short amount of time, and they're going to stop the fight.
Absolutely, folks. You're not going to want to miss it. The main part of the card coming up, Caged Aggression, Retaliation. We'll be back after this.
Let's go.
And we are with Caged Aggression talent, Thomas Blackerby. Now, you came off a big win. I'm still seeing you wear it. You got a little bit of a scar off that last fight. Just a gritty overall performance. Number one, what did you learn from that last fight, and what did you take in from that in this camp?
I wouldn't say I learned anything, but I guess I just showed to everyone how much heart I have. The biggest takeaway was just don't get kneed in the face. Simple. I mean, or you'll get a scar like this. But yeah, I learned a lot from that fight, and I'm ready to show tomorrow night that how much I've improved since. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it looks good on you, brother. And you are fighting another scrapper, somebody coming off a big win in BKFC. What's the game plan against this opponent?
Well, we're not bare-knuckle boxing. It's MMA, so he's going to be in for a rude awakening. I'm better everywhere, and tomorrow night it's going to show.
What's the prediction for this fight? How does it end?
Round 2 knockout.
Round 2 knockout. Thomas Blackerby, what'd you like to leave the audience with, my friend?
Just everyone, thanks for coming out. Thanks for showing up to Caged Aggression. It's the best promotion in the Midwest, and don't blink during my fight.
Thank you, sir, and I wouldn't blink. Thomas Blackerby, everybody. And we are with the second half of the co-main event. Shawn Brooks, you're coming off a really gritty win over in BKFC. You're fighting a pretty damn good kickboxer. What can we expect?
I like throwing hands. I like striking. I'm not a big fan of grappling. So what we can expect is something bloody, something fun. That's all. I can't really talk right now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't hear myself. So just lights, camera, action, just fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, your opponent's last fight, extremely bloody. Your last fight, there might have been a little blood spilled. What are you expecting? First round, second round, or are we taking it the distance?
Well, you know, I ain't been doing too much prep for my fight. Going through a lot. Found my sweat and playing, got my heart broke. So it's going to be pretty quick on my end. No disrespect to my opponent, he's a savage. But hey, I'm the main character of my story.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're wishing you the best here at Caged Aggression. What would you like to leave the audience with?
Hey, the MidKnight Express is on its way, so catch that train.
Shawn Brooks, everybody. And we are with Michael Shipp. And Michael, we got a bit of a grudge match in the main event. You are going up against Josh Neal. It's not the first rodeo. How's this going to differ from that first experience?
Well, studied the tape as best I could, plus his last few fights since then, as well as my own and all. I got my own plan. I'm not gonna release anything on that one. I'm just keeping my plan to myself on this one. I know what my problems were last time, and I fixed those, and I'm gonna implement it tomorrow night.
So let's talk about the camp then. What was this camp like? What can we expect performance-wise?
This camp was a rough one because for the past almost a year and everything, I couldn't really train like that. A little bit at home, but my wife had medical problems, and thank God those are done. And around the time I went on shutdown from John Deere, and I had 8-9 weeks and everything completely able to train as a professional, and I just busted my ass as best I could. Got great results, my cardio, everything's back, and I'm ready to roll.
Well, we are definitely looking forward to watching this fight in the cage. What would you like to leave the Caged Aggression audience with, my friend?
My usual. And this one, most of all, you are not going to want to miss this.
I can't wait for it. It's the main event tonight. Don't miss it. And we are ready to run it back. It is a true grudge match in the main event. Josh Neal, what can we expect this time around?
Action, the same thing, a win from me and him getting put down.
Now, I know you had a big camp. Let's talk about it.
Big camp, last camp, man. Got great work in from a lot of people. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that helped me get ready for this one. Thank you to everybody that supported me, and let's do it.
Now, you have provided a multitude of action moments for myself and other Caged Aggression fans. What can we expect in this one, and how's it going to end?
the same thing I've always said. You can expect action, and you can expect me coming out victorious. Bet the house.
So we're wishing you the best. What would you like to leave the audience with, my friend?
I just want to leave them with a thank you. Thank you for always supporting me, and let's go out on top.
Let me tell you this. It's been a pleasure, brother, and I'm looking forward to it. Not going to want to miss it, folks.
All right, fight fans, welcome back from our short break. Don't forget, we're getting ready to get into the main portion of tonight's card, but once the lights go down here tonight, don't forget to meet us over at the diner for our collaborative after party with the Damn View Inn. We'll be setting up drink specials, food specials all night. That's all going down at the diner right after the lights go out here tonight, after the main portion of tonight's card. And just in case you didn't get enough, don't forget River Center. We'll be right back here tomorrow night doing the same thing, putting on all the action for you. Let's get into tonight's main card.
It is time for the big dogs. Heavyweight action coming up. Caged aggression style. Tynan Kane versus Adam Burdock Poland. Kane fighting out of Battle Horse MMA, Tolono, Illinois. Started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu back in 2020. Did fight team practice and, fell in love with the rest of mixed martial arts. Feels like this matchup is set for war. Wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as well as being the dog-ear of the dogs, is what's going to win him this fight. Looks up to Brady Kane, and as far as fighting goes, 4 fights never made it out of the first round. So he's looking to get this one going.
One and done. Get it done. 1 round, call it a day. I like it. That's what you expect at heavyweights. I expect some power.
They don't pay you by the hour in there,
they
do
they? They pay by the punch. I like that. Battle horse martial arts.
And a very, very serious face. You could call him the MMA Burt Kreischer of caged aggression.
And he goes. Hit that switch.
Little AC/DC also never hurt anybody. But now it is time for his opponent to make his way down the cage. Adam Burdock Poland, no stranger to the caged aggression cage here. Fighting out of Marty's Martial Arts and Iowa Combat Club. He learned about Bruce Lee's philosophy of fighting, and it really interested him to get his mixed martial arts career moving. Feels like he's going to try to capitalize on as many openings as he possibly can. He has a wrestling background, but really over the past few years has fallen in love with striking. Looks up to fighters like Pat Miletich and all of the people that made it out of here in the Quad Cities. Some champions like, Jens Pulver, Robbie Lawler, and others. Let's not forget Matt Hughes as well. And he feels like he's trained the first year of MMA and gotten so much bigger and better with his ideas and the heavy bag in particular. You got to keep hitting that heavy bag. That's how you get those 5,000 shots in a day.
5,000 shots, I'm telling you, you got to let them go. The heavy bag is your best friend. Work on the power, the light of the bag, the faster the hands, work on that too. And you can never spend too much time. Repetition. Feel that autopilot. The less thinking you have to do about the punches you throw, the more you can focus on the fighter that's in front of you. Then when they're bringing a different initiative, a different style, a different type of fight, you can go ahead and focus on that.
And, for all you fighters out there that might be single like myself and sleeping in a king-size bed, I got one of those big bamboo body pillows. You want to substitute that with the body bag, so every time you wake up uncomfortable, you're throwing elbows. Let's kick it up to Vargas.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the Caged Aggression Amateur Heavyweight Championship, powered by Delph's Pro Gym. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 253 pounds. He trains at Battle Horse Martial Arts. Joining us from Tuscaloosa, Illinois, Tynan Kane. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighed in at 263 pounds. He trains at Marty's Martial Arts and is sponsored by 392 Cafe, Altered Temple Tattoo, and Active Health Chiropractic. Joining us from Davenport, Iowa, he's your current Caged Aggression Amateur Heavyweight Champion, the Mountain Man, Adam Burdock Poulin.
The Mountain Man, indeed, getting in there.
Sold me on the yell.
Yep.
I believed it.
Looking to chop down his opponent like a tree. We're going to find out in a moment. Here we go, folks. Pulling with the hands down. Maybe trying to bait his opponent in a little bit.
Going to snap that side kick. Going to get it caught right off the bat. Now we can finish with the takedown.
The big boys are moving, folks. Tynan Kane, Adam Burdock, Poulin.
Good right hand on the break for Tynan.
Big head kick.
He's got to watch his balance. Going to go and get the body. I'm glad that he's trying to do it. Down he goes. Big takedown. Got to sit into that side control. Don't step over the mountain just yet, but might as well. Go ahead. Control the position.
Stepped over rather easily on the champion.
Yes. And that was the biggest thing. I think, props to Adam going for such a high.
Well, it's a high risk reward move.
It looks great. If it's a highlight reel, if it lands, boom, we're talking about you for months.
But when we're talking about big boys and head kicks, the Alexander Volkovs of the world, they're few and far between. Even the Derek Black Beasts out there,
He's got
Lewis.
Power shots for days.
For a guy of his stature and of his shape, he has got a mean head kick.
Yes. The knockout game does have a mean head kick. Now right here, thinking of that, Tynan Kane is still punishing him for going after that head kick, doing a good job staying in the mount, working on body head. Now the one thing is, though, he's got to make sure you can't just get hugged up right here. You need to sit up. We need to start scoring some points. You got to start scoring. You got to throw some body shots, head shots. You have the mount. It's time to posture up and get after these punches. You got to start scoring and finish this fight from here.
And he's got to keep him away from the cage. He doesn't want to be able to have him wall walk. He does a good job of turning him around right there. But like you said, Tynan Kane has to use this opportunity of a little bit more of a minute to get off some offense. We don't know what round 2 through 5 is going to look like if we get there.
Now, he was able to land a good right hand right there. And again, obviously, Adam's doing the right job, just kind of tying him up. I wish he'd push on the legs possibly and try to get the guard back, half guard, full guard later on. But right now, as high up as Tynan is, and with the wrestling background, you would think he'd be pretty hard to move. Good wide base, but you got to start scoring points from there too. 10-8 this thing if you can.
He's a little bit far off from a 10-8 right now, but 100%. Certainly dominating.
But you want to work for it, go for it. But just sitting in the position isn't enough.
I agree. Me and Fitch were having the conversation of, what are you doing in mount to really get that damage?
Now you step off to the side of that arm triangle like that, but Adam was able to roll through it. Nice counter. We're back on our feet. Tries to throw that high kick that got him.
Huge right from Poulin lands.
Tynan.
Adam changes the trajectory of the entire fight. Poulin now looking to finish it. He turns. He does in the last seconds of the first round. Turns it around with a big shot. Adam Burdock, Poulin overcoming adversity, and Jordan All Smiles Trowers is excited.
Man, my man got after him. Well, yeah.
Let's watch the replay on that one.
Yeah, he just exploded.
Tynan Kane seemed to have the round in the bag, probably under 30 seconds left. Hits him with that big overhand. Let's watch it again. Gets out of the choke attempt, gets it back to the feet.
Throws a high kick.
Misses, Here we go, looking, and there it is, the big right. Just a big right, catches him on the temple, and that is good night, Irene.
Gets after him and just starts putting
just
the fight
keeps
away. Just
piling
keeps
it on.
swinging.
But he
Jump,
never
jump.
recovered.
Nope.
Right there's
Good
another
right,
shot.
left,
He
and then just
turtles
covers
almost
up.
immediately.
Yep.
Great fight for
You know, and the
Andrew
thing
Burdock
was, is when he stepped off to the side for that arm triangle, that's when Adam just rolled with him, stayed up, got up to his feet, and threw that high kick once again, and then that right hand, down he goes.
Down he goes indeed. You got to wonder when Adam's going to pull the trigger and move on from amateurs to the professional arena. We'll be waiting with bells on here at Caged Aggression. Big win. We're going to kick it up to Jason Vargas in the cage and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Stewart, has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 54 seconds into round one, declaring your winner by knockout and still Caged Aggression Amateur Heavyweight Champion, the Mountain Man, Adam Burdock Pulver. All right, we're here with your winner and still Caged Aggression Amateur Heavyweight Champion, Adam Burdock Pulver. Adam, congratulations on the buzzer beater knockout. Hey, tell us what's going through your mind right now and how that big win felt.
Oh, it's great. First and foremost, gotta say hallelujah, praise Yah, and I can't describe, how great that buzzer beater feels.
Well, you definitely overcame a lot to get the win and take the strap back home with you. Anyone you want to thank or anyone you want to mention before I let you start the celebration?
Of course, my sponsors. First of all, 392 Cafe. Then we have Alter Temple Tattoo. And lastly, Active Health Chiropractic. Big thanks to everyone who supported me, all my teammates, all my family that helped me get here. Just thank you, everybody. And I'm glad I could put it in the show for you.
Well, it was definitely a show. Love it every time you step in and looking forward to the next. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time. Adam Burdock Pulver.
Big finish from a big boy.
Don't stop.
And the next one on the agenda is between two Caged Aggression veterans, Mark Anthony versus Jeffrey Tooley. Really looking forward to this one. Mark the Butcher Anthony going to be the first one to make his way down to the cage, fighting out of Strength Academy and PSF Mount Zion. Decatur, Illinois is his home. Got into MMA through his brother, Bryn Heathcock. You know, it's really unfortunate. Bryn Heathcock was the one fight that did not make the card because his opponent did pull out at the last minute.
Oh.
And Bryn is one of those guys that, whether or not he signed up for the scrap on the card, he's willing to fight you out in the parking lot.
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
was
I love it.
quite the disappointment for Bryn. He's certainly somebody who likes to stand and bang, loves the scrap here at Caged Aggression. Mark's feelings on this fight is that it's an intense one, and he will have to be on the top of his game to pull out the victory, but looking to his physical strength and his grappling to do so. He's going to be looking up to Bryn Heathcock, who I'm sure will be in his corner, and fighters like Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar doesn't get enough love. I mean, there's a guy that talk about fighting undersized, Jens Pulver.
He and I, we're two little ones. ended up fighting a lot smaller than that. Walked around right about 158 pounds, like him, same thing. But, you know, it showed when you have that conditioning and the movement, you know, and that's one thing that he had. He had an unbelievable determination, and just his output was second to none. He was amazing.
And another thing he had was Ray Longo. I mean, I know that you've got Pat Miletich, and I love Pat, and he's got a great voice on there. Ray Longo needs his own reality show.
Yeah, he's something. He's funny. He's so funny in the corners. I love him.
It's one of my favorite parts about the contenders. What are you here for? What are you here for? God bless Ray Longo. And look, right now, this is his moment. Mark Anthony feels like he is here to win the title. He wants that strap. And like I said, these are two caged aggression veterans, neither one looking to give way. Hopefully whatever's going on behind the scenes that's holding up this walk-in is going to be taken. There we go. We've got movement, and it looks like we're going to have an MMA match. There we go, folks. Mark Anthony making his way down finally. Not sure what the holdup is.
What do you mean? It's for effect. Take your time.
Or it's a missing mouthpiece for the second time this evening, if I were going to hedge my bets. But looking confident. Definitely has that mouthpiece in. I can promise you that. You know, when I look at Frankie Edgar, you know, he's one of those guys that's in one of my favorite trilogies of all time with Gray Maynard.
They're nuts.
And really, maybe the only trilogy that is comparable to me is the Josh Thompson, Gilbert Melendez trilogy that I think is one of the most highly underrated, high-level, 155ers, I think, at the time, trilogy.
Yeah, because where was it at?
Over in Strikeforce, that's
why.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's Strikeforce is another one. WEC used to have a lot of phenomenal fights. Strikeforce had a lot of phenomenal fights, but until those fighters were taken and kind of melded into the UFC, then everybody went nuts when they got to see these kind of fights and fighters. But it was like, we had these. They were just in different names, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you look at those fights.
Yeah.
I encourage people to check out the Yoel Romero, Tim Kennedy fight. Go watch the Jake Shields, Dan Henderson fight. Go watch the Dan Henderson Fedor Emelianenko fight. I mean, those guys put on some of the best fights, and it's really where Daniel Cormier was able to make himself a name for himself as a dark horse alternate in their heavyweight Grand Prix tournament, where, you know, he was coming in against a Bigfoot Silva, and nobody gave Danny Cormier a shot. Well, guess who won that tournament?
Yeah, 100%. Then you said it's Robbie Lawler, Melvin Manhook, which is one that's just insane with those leg kicks. Everybody's like, how did you stand? He's like, they weren't actually that bad. Well, it looked horrible. It looked horrible. It looked terrible.
It absolutely did. It looked like each one of those leg kicks.
Like he was going to kick it off. Like he was literally going to kick the leg off.
Jeffrey Tooley now set to make his way down to the cage out of Peoria Athletic Club. Got into MMA from his mother owning an MMA gym when he was younger. That is not a likely story even in 2024. A lot of people talk about their brothers, their fathers, their friends, but their mom owning an MMA gym.
That's gangster.
That's gangsta. Gangsta.
I'm telling you. Your mom, that's the boss.
Feels like he is levels above his opponent. Knows he's the better fighter everywhere, and feels like he is also extremely well-rounded for his experience level. Looks up to his coaches and teammates and says, look, MMA saved my life as a young child, not knowing I had cystic fibrosis. It made my lungs work. MMA literally physically had him fight through the adversity of cystic fibrosis. I also just got back from training over in Thailand. So straight out of Bangkok for this one.
Here we go.
Probably looking to maybe highlight some of those new knees and head kicks. I'm looking forward to it, Mr. Pulver.
Got to do it. I love it. I love the idea behind it. And that's it. When you get all these new tools and you be able to go out there and start to and try to use them, you know, I love that. Under the lights, out there in front of the crowd like that, like I've been waiting for you to let these things go. And that's, I mean, to have that wherewithal and I love that.
A quick, heavy breath. Jeffrey Tooley getting ready to enter into the cage. We're going to see where this one goes. Mark Anthony looking pretty confident.
He looks confident. He looks ready. I like it. He's too good.
And Mark Anthony always looking like he's chiseled out of stone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That guy's got more abs than I can dream about, Jeff Pulver.
Hey, I've only got 4 on my best day right
Well,
now.
I'll just say this. It's probably more abs than even AI would allow me to have, no matter what the prompt is. In fact, if I'm prompting AI to sculpt me abs, I'm going to
liar.
Well, no, I'm going to use a reference image of Mark Anthony.
I'm with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the Caged Aggression Amateur Flyweight Championship, powered by Stack Wellness Cafe. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 126 pounds. He trains at the Strength Academy and is sponsored by the Gin Mill, the 4'9", Notorious PIG, and K2F. Joining us from St. Charles, Missouri, Mark the Butcher Anthony. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 124 pounds. He trains at the Peoria Athletic Club and is sponsored by Tattoos by Frank Young, Zandy Media, and Josh Scott Fight Photography. Joining us from Bloomington, Illinois, Jeffrey Whiplash Tooley.
He looks ready.
He does. And, you know, I like that Notorious PIG, but the thing is you might want to shy away from anything close to Diddy at this point. You might want to get away from the Diddy oil. Is all I'm saying, and here we go. Oh, Mark Anthony swinging from the fences out of the gates.
Tooley throws that thigh kick, but, well, he got paid for it. Then again, he tried to go in and throw that kick. Anthony's doing the right thing, letting that right hand go. Every time you're going to pay for it, you're going to kick me.
If I'm Anthony, I'm trying to set that up a little bit better. You know, let's get a straight in there first. But as you said, Tooley heavy on the leg kicks right now. You got to make him pay.
There you go. And see, I like that he's throwing that right hand a little off balance, stepping forward. There you go. He tried to throw the 1-2. The idea is there.
Absolutely. Might want to wait for the counter. Tooley still looking for his range.
I love this. He's walking down, good kick. Just behind the knee there.
And I definitely see a change in the offensive stance of Tooley since that trip out in Bangkok, Thailand.
But he threw a kick and a miss, and how fast Anthony was able to jump in, get that takedown just behind him, lift, throws to the floor. Now he's got it back in there. He's got one leg in. I don't know if Tooley's on a referee's position, hands and knees, going to try to fight those hands. I don't know if a leg is in. I'll have to look in a minute if Mark is able to get a leg in. But wow, how fast he picked him up, lifted him up, brought him down. Going to start going with that far wrist control. He's got near and far.
No, he just gave
got that far wrist. There you go.
Shot.
So he does have that leg.
Making
there you
him
go.
pay.
Now he's going to throw a lot of
those are
left hands.
big shots.
Yep, Tooley's in trouble because it's a hand you got to post on. He has to give up that back and go into half guard. Nice job, Anthony. Get that far wrist. So the only hand that he can use, the one he's got to post with, is the only one he can block with. Made him pay. Punished him with some good left hands.
Absolutely. And Mark Anthony looks very, very, very in control with a little over a minute to go in this round.
Now Tooley does the right thing with that right arm and gets underneath the armpit to lift up, try to create that space.
Looking to step over. You know, what does he have to do to step over and explode, try to finish this fight this round?
You know, what I like is stay right there. I like the half guard. I enjoy staying right there. You step over, just depends if you can time it. If you can get in there and get heavy, of course, but you're going to lift that leg and give that little space. The one thing Tooley's doing a good job of, again, staying underneath that armpit, which is great because that arm triangle side gets his guard back like he's supposed to. Did a good job of staying tight right there. Walk up the feet. So both of them just played a good pace game. Tuli's going to
Ooh,
try to
might
knock
have that arm.
over.
Looking
now
for
he's
it.
in deep.
He's
Mark's
got
gonna try
it.
to get it out. He's going to start throwing punches.
He's got
but
it. Can he pull it out? Nope. Still going after it. Tuli doing a good job of trying to get that wrist. But Mark Anthony,
stack him up.
Exactly. Drop
get that
down,
elbow,
compress.
slide that elbow out, compress, get that elbow out of there. Get that elbow out of there. Nice job. Now he goes into the triangle. Good round. Oh, save by the round. Nice.
Good round
Good,
for Mark
good,
Anthony.
Very explosive. Tuli was able to get some things out, get some things off, off his back. I like that.
I'll say this:
But look
neither
how fast.
fighter looks gassed at all. Both of them
Mark
still
gets
looking to
in,
remain calm.
lift. I love this sweep to the side. Boom. And he does throw in that leg. Boom. Right there, gets the leg in, and then goes to that. I like at one point he'll get that far wrist and just start ripping left hands.
To Tuli's credit, even though he did get picked up off the ground, he was able to mitigate that slam quite a bit. But here are those shots you're talking about. Well, he's got that wrist control.
No, and that's it. See, he has to either post. See, the only hand he can post with, or he has to block. You know what I mean? That's what he do. So he was able to, ironically, he was able to use his elbow as kind of a post to try to give up the half guard, give up your back. You know what I mean? Give up the position.
And there
and
he
then
is on that
ends up going
submission
for an
attempt.
armbar, which was at the end of it. So again, good fight, really good fight.
Very competitive. I've still got it 1-0. Mark Anthony. At this point.
And I'm hoping the judges do too. We shall see.
There's Brent Heathcock giving us some advice. Mark Anthony heeding that advice.
Hey, there you go. See what he's throwing with those kicks.
By the way, wearing a little bit of that action right above his eyebrow on the right side. Certainly not a hematoma, but purple.
Yeah, doing a good job of stepping that leg back. And remember, that's how you got to take down. Goes
Good
in
right
nice
hand
1-2.
right there from Mark Anthony.
I like that. Good 1-2. Boom. Try to time it, Hey.
Ooh, good knee on the way out. Ooh, that hurt him. You saw him breathe a little heavy on that.
He did. Tuli did a good job of reaching down and catching that takedown. But Mark snapped that off fast. See, that's it right there. Feinting that right leg.
I don't know what it is, but it looks like Tuli's trying to implement a little bit more of that offensive style
Boom,
he may have
there we
trained
go.
with. Not able to do it. Those low kicks looked good in round one, but I think that he's worried about the takedown, and he should be. There's one of those high kicks right there. Anthony out of the way. Mark Anthony looking really sharp, and I've called several of his fights. This may be the best I've seen him look.
Very poised, and when he snaps off and explodes, it's working. I think that's the one thing. As fast as he got that takedown, all Tuli did was just throw that one kick. He stepped back, missed it, and then right there throws a kick. Tuli catches it, but you can tell, let's see right there when he misses and he spins around. That's when Anthony was able to get that takedown. So just keep composure, and that jab is money. He throws that up jab a little bit. I like it. Hey, lets the left leg go. And that's one thing. Tuli just got to you're going to have to get in there. You got to make it a little bit ugly. You're going to get punched. But there you go. You got to set it up, and that's it. Anthony steps in with that body lock, and that's the issue. Try to step over it.
Turns him around. And, I was going to say that I feel like I want to see Mark Anthony try to counter more, but it's hard when Tuli's not throwing a lot of offense.
And that's it, because he's worried about that takedown, and we get into this position right here. And this is where you got to make sure, right, like who's getting worn out in this position. Who's wearing the other one out, right? And Anthony, are you getting too much trying to lift? How that back is bent, you're kind of stuck driving in. You got to try to peel him off the fence. Again, if Tuli start ripping those legs and start making him pay those shots, but there he's able to peel him up. You got to try to rip him off the fence. There you go. Try to lock up those legs. They get that hand free and make sure he doesn't step up. And he'll climb up the body. Nice. There you go. Step over the legs like that. Now Tuli got to tries to get that base back. Short time. We got the leg in. Throwing some left hands again for Anthony to finish the round. And then again, when you have things like that, what are the judges seeing? It's close in that round.
I'm thinking it's 2-0. Mark Anthony.
He's looking explosive. You can tell that he's affecting Tuli. Tuli's just not letting those hands go. And the power, when he closes that distance, it's quick.
He went in for that 1-2. didn't really have success with it, and Mark Anthony tried to seize up on that with a takedown attempt. To Tuli's credit, he did not allow him that takedown attempt.
Yeah, just paired those hands by, and he was in. And he did a good job of fighting it off, but again, that wears you out, and you're not throwing your punches, you're defending. But, see, they get into that scramble, and then again, up against the fence, it becomes that just back and forth, wearing each other out. Good elbows, he ends up getting a takedown at the end. And I like how he's snapping that kind of that up jab coming with that left hand, that 1-2. And that's one thing I think Tuli's just going to have to fight down this round and really get up, start throwing combos. Can't just be one kick at a time, one punch at a time. Got to start putting some combos together to catch him coming in.
Certainly got to find an answer. I think he's down 2 rounds. 3 more to go, championship fight. Here we go.
There you go, good leg kick. So you see that double
big
jab,
overhand
and
right
Anthony
hand.
just backs him up close. Just then, oh, there it is. See that up jab with that looping overhand. I like that. I'm a fan of that.
I would almost like to see a double jab with the left, try to switch it up, see how much distance he closes, and then go for that big right overhand.
There you go, double jab right hand. Boom, gets out of the way. See, Tully started to be a little more aggressive. A couple of big kicks.
And he's closing the distance right now. He's got him up against the cage.
Oi, good counter right hand coming back when he went low to the belly hole.
Little capoeira right there.
Got to do it. There you go, Anthony with the jab. See, again, he can snap that jab quick. Tully's got that kick.
I think we've all had dreams of spin kick dancing on a beach and flowing big pants.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just me.
A couple of big kicks. Anthony's going to drop in for the double leg. And
there
boom.
he goes. Just
and that's
powers
just been
through
the
it.
factor pretty much throughout this whole fight is whenever Tully thinks he's going to be able to get in and get off, boom, take down. And then what can he do from here, Well,
he's got both hands underneath. He looked like he was going to try to lock him up for a second. Stop doing that. Fighting Tully's right hand with his left. But no, it looks like he wants to lock him up, pull him away from the cage a little bit.
Yeah.
But for me, I'd like to see him try to posture up and land some shots, but possibly pull him away from the cage. I don't see Tuli using this position to wall walk. Instead, I see him maybe trying to go for that arm bar again.
Yeah, there he goes.
And there it is right there. As I said it, folks. Right out of it.
And then it was like Anthony's waiting for it. Now he gets in the head. A lot of left hands to make up for that attempt, throwing body shots. That's what you got to do right there. Nice. Really nice. Getting that half guard. See, it's a great place to be. You got that arm triangle if needed right here. And if he turns toward you, he can't turn into you. He's got a knee on that arm. Very nice.
Even if they're not super powerful and doing a lot of damage, they are extremely mentally trying on an opponent that's down 2 rounds, possibly 3, and not able to get from under you and just taking those shots.
Yep, and then right here, see the fence is kind of working against him a little bit for that arm triangle. Get that head underneath there, and then back, or pop the head up and let him get it back. Again, as the time runs down, we're down to 22 seconds, and we're just controlling the position. Half guard, let that left hand go. Totally, you gotta try to get out from underneath here.
10 seconds left.
Tuli, I keep saying Tuli, my bad. Tuli. Get that leg over.
Another Mark Anthony round, looking very, very slick. And I'll tell you what, he's not breathing heavy. He's breathing a little bit, but I don't even think he's going to sit down. I think he's going to stand up. He says, I don't want the stool. I was right.
Yeah.
He's feeling extremely confident. Like I said, the guy has always looked extremely physically fit. He's putting a lot together in this matchup. He's keeping the distance. He's winning the battles on the ground.
It's exactly his fight right now. And that's, again, if you're Tuli, what are you going to do differently? Jeff's got to step up and, again, add more combination. But see, he gets that takedown right here, pushes him up against the fence, and it's just a matter of time. He's going to try to get into that, end up getting over into that half guard as soon as Tuli has to let go and start trying to get his feet on the hips. Like we're getting warmed up, we're getting sweaty. He tried to kick away here. Goes for that armbar attempt again, which is, I like it. You got to go for it, but then it ends up costing him. Gets in that half guard. It's a lot of left hands after, but he is trying for it. He's trying to at least get the submission.
If there's one thing that I would warn in Mark Anthony's corner is don't get so caught up that you get caught in one of those submissions.
Yeah.
because,
true.
Thule has seen that arm a couple times. I don't think that's the only one he's looking for. Might look for the back and the neck. Certainly coming out aggressive. Let's see if he's gotten that spark and fire from his corner. I'd say at this point, if I'm Jeff Thule's corner, you need a finish.
Oh, yeah, Anthony lets the left leg go. And that's it. But see, that's the problem right there. No matter how aggressive you get,
big scoop.
That shot, that's a big takedown for Mark again. And it was just, you knew it was just going to be a matter of time. And you're just waiting. And that's the one thing. If you're truly, there's not much you can do. You want to try to open up, you want to throw those punches, but that takedown is waiting, and you haven't been able to stop it yet. Now it's time to get in here, like you said, trying to figure out and set up that arm bar, because you had a couple very close attempts right there, possibly with the triangle as he gets that arm, maybe looking for that triangle, that arm back, catch him from reaching back and trying to load up those punches or something from right there.
And this is the one position when we are talking about amateur MMA, when you can't rain down those elbows, that there is a slight disadvantage. But listen, when you're at this level, you also want to practice those strikes.
There he goes right there.
See, he's got to watch it. There it is again.
He's got that hand back. He's got the idea of a triangle. If he can put the foot on the hip, posture up before he can correct his position. There you go. He's trying to, though. There you go. You need to posture up and break that. Come out the back. You can't throw it by once you get the moment. Don't let him pull that head down. Look, he's trying to get that leg. So he's trying to pull the head down. He's going to go up the hip. There you go. Posture up.
Close. Thule looking good from the bottom right now.
He's patient. Look at how switch that arm bar.
There it is. He went for that arm. This time it might be a little tighter. Nope, lets it go. He's let it go. He's got it with one arm. He's got it with one arm right now. And Mark Anthony making him pay for it.
He's got to make sure he tries to get that elbow out. Don't forget about that elbow inside there, just in case.
Doesn't look like he has that arm with either hand. That's all his legs right now, folks. So he's not in any danger of a submission. But at the same time, Thule trying to work this
now
angle.
He's got to dive into the triangle.
There's the triangle again.
It's back and forth. He had him. It's like you just need to stop punching and get out of it altogether. Posture
Pull
up.
that head down.
He's trying to pull the head down. Now it gets worse. Now he's going to be able to
slam
what kind of power
to
to be able to do it right there? Again, make sure you're breathing. Take your time. There's 30 seconds left.
Thule not giving up on this submission attempt.
You got to get after it. Get after
30
it.
seconds to go.
Trying to fight those hands.
Trying to tighten it up. And that's what he needs to do. He needs to bring his knee over that ankle and bend that leg down just a little bit more.
Look at that. He wants to get off to the side. He's got to be careful. He's going to switch back to the arm
again.
bar. Oh, but he gets the elbow out. Oh, good round right there for Thule in that aspect, just transitioning back and forth.
You might be able to make the argument that's a Thule round.
You got to give it to Thule. I mean, there was one that I think they are paying more attention to grappling than some of this, but you got to give him that round because he had him in so much trouble that he was able to survive. Good round from his back.
And that's going to make it 3-1. Let's see. They want him to sit down. They're bringing the stool in this time for sure. Heathcock in there.
Just got to relax and make sure, like I said, know what that position is. Know that. Think armbar, think triangle, because that's what he's after. I mean, how many times? Like, we're going to sit back and watch. Now Thule's going to work that armbar. He got to posture up. Know when those hips start moving. Keep those hips right in front of you. When it rips to the side, we got to get out of there. Right here. And that's it. I mean, right, Thule did a good job. Again, I understand. You feel comfortable from here, which is great. And then, look, he dove his head back in. He must have been feeling it and right back into the triangle. So now we're kind of just back and forth. But he wasn't able to get it. So capitalize right here. Again, explosive takedown. He's been in control with that. I know he wants to score those punches. Let's get out of the position. You know what I mean? Good job, though, fighting off that triangle. Good fight. Man, good fight.
Very good fight. And they're going to hug it out. 3 minutes left in this one, folks. I truly believe Thule is going to need the finish. Really, Mark Anthony can go for more of the same, but as we say here, we like finishes.
Yep. He tried going up the good one, too. Thule trying to figure out how to get inside and not get taken down in the process. There you go. He's able to throw a right hand and fend him off. Kind of a half-heart attempt, but that's what you got to worry about because Anthony's still throwing a big knee and overhand right.
Leg kick from Anthony. Return from Thule.
Anthony trying to get in there. Got him up against the fence. How much? And see right there, every time. That's been the... There it is. Now he's going to get the takedown, pull it off the fence, get him that half guard. There we go. And that's just been the factor of this fight right there. Whenever Tuli's able to get in striking range, get in distance, boom, he's got it. He's worried about getting taken down. Anthony's fast with that takedown. Now right here again, same situation, so make sure you pay attention. He's going to start working on that elbow. You reach back to punch, and he's going to throw that leg up and get that triangle. Keep your hands off the canvas, tie up the biceps. I can hear Milton's just screaming right now, tie up the biceps.
Is that your Milton?
Biceps. Oh, hands on the biceps. Don't you touch, you can't touch the floor, that's bad. Starts going that body, head right there.
Little over a minute left in this championship amateur fight.
Get up to start throwing left hands.
Again, Tuli trying to stay active.
He's doing everything he can from the bottom, but again, being smashed up against the fence. Again, that's been the one thing. Is when is that one opportunity can he get for that triangle or that one opportunity for that armbar?
Oh, they're going to stand him up. I don't know if I love that.
We haven't. Oh, that's it. Okay, whoa.
I don't know if I love that stand
first time. And there he goes. We're in on a single leg. See if Tuli can try to fend this off. Fending right in on Tuli's in on the choke. Anthony had to let go of the takedown.
I'll tell you, he's looking at the neck. I mean, quite frankly, if Tuli were have gotten...
Anthony did a great job catching that takedown.
Oh, good knee from Tuli. That one definitely caught him. A little bit of that Muay Thai he learned over in Thailand.
It definitely hurt him. If it
Definitely
got him
hurt him.
or not, they're going to try to hop up on the back of Anthony.
Trying to sprint in these final 20 seconds and cause the upset. But if anything, I'll tell you what, it does make it a more interesting fight for the judges. I think with this round, it does make it 3-2 and a much closer fight.
Yeah, Tuli's out in front now, trying to pull.
Looking for that neck.
Got the knees again. Oh, there goes the. Oh, he's trying to spinning back in. Oh, he went for the spinning back fist. Oh, that was crazy. And Anthony drops it on a takedown.
Good scrap. Again, I think Mark Anthony pulls it out in the end, although Tuli did rally late.
He rallied
in the
heavy
fourth
at
and
the
fifth.
very end like
Yes.
that. He rallied heavy at the end like that. But again, I think just ultimately the fight was Anthony too fast. Too fast. Those takedowns. He was just lightning on those takedowns. And I'm glad that we did get to a point where we could see where Jeffrey got to go out there and kind of let his hands go a little more, spinning back fist, things like that. But Anthony, that's what he do, man. Every time, he's really explosive and getting those takedowns. Especially at that first when he threw that leg kick. Until he threw that leg kick.
And now we're just waiting for it to be tallied up by the judges.
In on that takedown, drive. That was just, you can just tell, that was just all day. That was all day. So fast, closing that distance. It's like I said, Tuli put in some work in that last round, though. Working on that front headlock, trying to get that choke, trying to spin around behind, and Anthony said, nope, reached up and caught him.
I think he made it a compelling fight for the judges. I think we're going to see 47, 46, or no, I'm sorry, 48, 47s across the board. That's my guess here. But we have to wait and see. They're still tallying them up. No Vargas in sight. So I'll just chew your ear off here with Little Evil, Jens Pulver.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what the holdup is. We'll have to see. But
I don't want to see a split decision on this one.
No, there should.
There might be a riot.
I don't know if there's. No, again,
that would be controversial in my
hands
opinion.
of the judges.
I mean, Mark Anthony getting really, really emotional in there as he awaits what I expect will be the strap put around his waist. And look, the guy has looked like a different fighter. He has evolved so
fast,
much.
Very explosive, very patient. I like that. I mean, again, he ruined the striking game of Jeffrey Tuli with how fast those takedowns. He threw one kick and missed, and he had his back. Boom. Lifted him up and took him down so fast.
And here is Vargas in there right now, to make it official. So let's kick it up to him as he talks to Josh Stewart in his ear.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. Our judges scored this contest 48-47 Thule, 48-47 Anthony, and 48-47 declaring your winner by split decision and new Caged Aggression Amateur Bantamweight Champion, Mark the Butcher Anthony.
Look at that. I love it. I love the emotion. What a fight, though. Both of them. What a fight.
Absolutely. And there it was, the split decision.
But I believe the right man, I believe the right individual won.
I agree with you there. Vargas is going to kick it up to him in the cage with a very, very emotional Mark Anthony with that strap around his waist.
All right, we're here with your winner and new Caged Aggression Amateur Bantamweight Champion, Mark the Butcher Anthony. Mark, very emotional, very tough fought victory. Hey, I know it might be tough. Tell us what's on your mind and what this win meant for you here tonight.
I mean, honestly, there's a lot that I want to say, but I want to say a big thank you to my coaches. If it wasn't for that man right there, please come over here, Mike. Bryn, if it wasn't for this man right here, I would not be where I'm at today. Not even dealing with MMA, just with life in general. And if it wasn't for my brother Bryn, honestly, I wouldn't even be on this stage. So big hats off to you guys, and also to the mother of my child as well, too. She's put in countless work, countless hours with our daughter just to make sure that I can come in the cage and perform. And like I said, this sport has its highs and its lows. And a lot of people don't know me and Jeff were supposed to fight back in March, but some things happened. I had to pull out. I lost my family. I lost a lot just because of the sport. So to come in here and win this belt, this means everything. That's why I'm so emotional right now. So thank you to all the fans. Thank you to everybody that doubted me. I just want to say I'm here and I'm here to stay. And thank you, everybody.
Very impressive performance from you and your opponent. You both left it all in here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your new Caged Aggression Amateur Bantamweight Champion, Mark Anthony.
Fast on those takedowns.
And we are now into the meat and potatoes, if you will, of the main portion of the card. These are the three I'm here to see, gents. Spencer Oberbrockling sprinting down to the cage to fight a very, very game and talented James Martin. Spencer's fighting out of Crucible Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he got into MMA through UFC 100 and Def Jam Fight for New York. I'm more of a Def Jam Vendetta guy. The sequel was okay, but I gotta tell you, the first one to me remains unbeatable. I own them both, Spencer, on multiple platforms, just letting you know. Holler at your boy. Feels like this is a very, very tough fight against a very, very smart opponent, but still looking forward to it. Feels he's going to have the cardio, grappling, heart, will, and mental toughness to go to Win Town. And I got to tell you, That is big time because he is fighting a very tough opponent. Looks up to everybody who has paved the way for MMA before him and make it become the sport that it is. And I mean, it is a sport like no other. You watch that card over at the Sphere, and even I was taken aback. I know it.
Oh, the show on that, just the show was crazy. Oh, that was...
It was over the top wild.
That was nuts.
And it should let everybody know how far we are with 3D immersive holographic technology that's been commercialized, people. Look out. Holler at your boy. Check me out over on the YouTube if you want to know more.
I was gonna say, he may not be the real them. What?
Listen, man, we're in the post-truth world. I don't know if I showed you the AI Door Brothers video, but we're going to catch that before you go. You're going to like that one. But here comes James Martin. I'm going to tell you right now. Dude looked super impressive and super gritty in his LFA debut only a couple months ago. Was not given that fight. Let me tell you, had a first tough couple of rounds. Whether he was going to win or not was in question. Gets the finish in the third round. That's who this guy is. He will not give up throughout the fight, bell to bell. He is there to fight. Got in it through training karate and then started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when he was 18. But listen, those hands and those feet have been working since he's 4 years old. You don't look at this guy wrong. I'm going to tell you right now. Feels like he's becoming more and more of a well-rounded fighter. And look, this is a guy that is serious about being a pro amongst pros, getting into those upper echelons and those organizations. And he realized he has to have dominant performances to do so.
Yes, you do.
Looks up to people like Dan Hornbuckle, one of my favorite and most underrated fighters. Saw him over at the Stop Box while I was hacking my wings before the show. By the way, shout out to Dan Hornbuckle. Also looks up to Thomas Blackerby. Again, his son, Blackerby Jr., is going to be fighting in the next one. Also looking to that one. He wants to dedicate this fight to his two dads. The first one in the crowd tonight, and the other that couldn't make it because he passed away 2 months ago. That's always tough. So, again, he's got a lot to fight for tonight. What can you say other than that? And don't blink. I think this one is going to be bananas, folks. But James Martin, really a young, dedicated mixed martial arts fighter that I think in the next 12 to 18 months, if he continues on this path, is someone that you could see on the Ultimate Fighter in the Contender Series.
I like Contender's the way to go. Get in there and get out to that. Contenders, get in there.
Listen,
I know we're just finishing up the season. What we got, a week 10, I believe, left.
Yes, one more week.
One more week
this
left.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that because that is a fast track. Vargas is up.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Professional Welterweight Division, powered by La Quinta Inns and Suites. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 168 pounds. He trains at Crucible BJJ and is sponsored by Freehand Custom Carvings, Wellness Within Chiropractic, and TNT Repair and Recovery. Joining us from Manchester, Iowa, Spencer Overbrocklin. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 171 pounds. He trains at Lycan's Den MMA and is sponsored by Custom Creative Goods, Veteran K9, Butter Babes, Ella Salon, Big Blue Energy, Just Be Acai, Barrick Boxing, and Lace and Loop. Joining us from Tolono, Illinois, James the White Wolf Martin.
All right, James is fired up.
Very much so. I forgot to mention the father that is starting with us in the crowd, also turning 50 tonight, so it would be a hell of a birthday gift on top of everything.
Oh,
here we go.
Tap of hands. And let's get after. We're going to step right into the left. All right, James steps out of the way, watch him stumble, said not catch to his foot. Going to try to kick upstairs. Dang. A little too confident.
Look at that neck right there.
We have a roll all the way through. Okay. Where are we at here? He's going to try to roll through. He wants to go off to the leg, Spencer. I think Spencer wants to get up to that leg if he can. There you go.
And folks, this is really where we level up a bit in caged aggression. Already watching these guys in the first 30 seconds. Look at what you've seen over there. James Martin, extremely confident, wants him to stand up. Oberbrockland on his back foot right now. A lot of movement.
You know, James is going to stand right in his face. Look,
Right
Spencer
from
throws the shot.
Oberbrockland.
James kind of watching things happen right now. Spencer lunges his way in, but take a big head kick over by James. Knocks him unconscious and puts him out completely. What a shot! What a kick! Oh, James!
And he was out before he hit the ground. Limp midway down. They're in there, tending to him right now. That's a huge head kick. Just a hit. The others are academic. You know, James Martin got in there. There's Dan Hornbuckle celebrating with him.
Hornbuckle is amazed right now. Amazed. That shot was insane. Oh, it was crazy. He might have blew a knee the way he fell down. Dude, that blasted him.
Dan Hornbuckle speaking down a little
Karate,
bit of karate,
he
yes.
says. Karate.
But again, a karate base for his fighter right there. And that head kick, it was one and done. Again, the other one or two he got off were strictly academic. He was unconscious before he went to the ground.
And I think the things, like I said, the way that Spencer was moving around, it was awkward, and it was kind of catching him off guard a little bit. It looked like kind of made him hesitate just a little bit, and he flipped that kick up there, and there was nothing there to block it. Nothing.
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
man, those kicks are violent when they land. Good man.
Hope we're going to get to see that replay of the knockout shot. Oberbrockling finally making his way over to the seat. Going to have to be 10-2 for some time right now. Still not all there. That was just a devastating head kick.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And that was one thing with Spencer, you know, he little off, like I said, just offbeat the way that everything just kind of, I'm stunned. The kick is, oh, my Lord, Spencer, it's just the way that he just kind of was approaching and attacking, a little off balance, stuff like that, you know, but it was working. Get in here and watch this.
Here it is. First time we're seeing it in slow motion, folks.
See, the hands are down, he just stepped back.
Right on the jaw, right on the chin line.
Jaw. He stuck his hands out, stepped back.
And
then
one, two, academic.
Heavy right that just.
Let's watch it again. He's looking for that knockout of the night, Bowman, and he certainly made the case for it. There is boom. Oh,
I mean,
boy.
just a money shot. The way that he stepped back,
the shin right where it
down.
needs to be. The shin right where it needs to be. Right across
shot.
that jawline.
What a shot.
My goodness.
Back out with your hands down. And again, to have the wherewithal to be right there in position to throw that foot up there, that was something.
Folks, we may be seeing more of the same in the next one. I'm going to tell you right now, if you thought that was exciting, get ready, because Thomas Blackerby, Shawn Brooks up next. Let's see it one more time.
Can't see it enough.
I know, we can't see it. Let's see if we can watch that replay one more time. And Oberbrockland finally with
and a good
it.
prop. Spencer's up on his feet. I mean, again, those shots are.
Here we go. We got Vargas in there. We're going to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Bruce Allen, has called a stop to this contest at 58 seconds into round one, declaring your winner by knockout, James the White Wolf Martin.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a shot where he brought that leg up. And that's one of the things. It's always scary, man. You see the way that Spencer, just when you back out with your hands out.
All right, we're here with your winner, James Martin. James, pretty fancy footwork there for a grappler. Why don't you walk us through setting up that finish?
We were working at all camp. You know, our code word for it was, well, I'm not going to say it just in case I use it in another fight. But I heard Coach Mark say it, and I was like, yeah, it's there. And I just sent it. So But just for everyone out there, I'm just a grappler, right? Yeah? All right, just double checking.
Well, you're definitely known for putting on exciting fights here in the cage, whether it goes to the ground or stays on the feet. Real quick, got anything coming up next, or where can the fans keep an eye on you?
No, just whoever gets me a fight first. I'd love to be back here in March. I'm already kind of working on something for maybe early February, so I don't know. We'll just see where I end up. But Cage Aggression has become my home over the past 4 years. I just appreciate Mike Goodwin always giving me the opportunity to fight for the best show in Midwest.
Well, do we got any bills to pay before I let you get to the celebration, or is it time to party?
It's time to party, but real quick before I let it go, I just want to thank all my family at Likens Den MMA. I fucking love you guys. I love getting the opportunity to train with the Pack Boys. Peoria Athletic Club is the best fucking gym in Midwest, and I go there once, twice a week during my camp. I can't wait to watch my boy Thomas Blackerby knock the fucking shit out of this guy next round. I want to thank my wife, my beautiful wife, Cassie. I can't do any of this without you. I love you, baby. My coaches, Mark and Dan, Shawn, Kenny, Travis, everyone back at home. But last but not least, I want to dedicate this fight to an old man, Rob Martin, in the crowd. He's turning 50 tonight. So happy birthday, Dad. I got you what you wanted. And last but not least, I dedicate this fight to my stepdad, who unfortunately lost 2 months ago. So I love you, Dad. I felt you tonight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your winner, James the White Wolf Martin.
To be the best, it's not just about the hours spent practicing. It's not just the 6 a.m. workouts or the relentless drills. It's about the fuel that gets you through each of those challenges. With a packed daily schedule, I need food that's fast, healthy, and affordable. That's why I turned to Stack Wellness Cafe. Whether it's a quick, healthy meal or the Hannah Stokey smoothie, Stack is a layup when it comes to fueling my day. Follow Stack for updates on exciting menu changes, new locations, grand openings, and my upcoming signings at their locations.
And it is about that time. Time for the co-main event of the evening. Shawn Brooks having fun with the walkout song. I know girls just want to have fun. So does Jason Bermas, and so does Caged Aggression. He's fighting out of Kaizen MMA, and like I said, he's coming off a big win over at the BKFC. He served in the U.S. Marine Corps, and that's really where he got into MMA. Feels like this is going to be a great stand-up fight. Loves to stand and bang. Thinks the thing that's going to set him apart is the fact that he's got the knockout power in all of his weapons. And his favorite fighter is Rory the Red King McDonald. Guy sitting next to me might have something to say about that. Bitch got screwed on a split decision over at Bellator is all I'm going to say. In a pretty important fight there. And I have yet to scratch the surface of my potential as how he feels going into this fight. He may very well be right. Shawn Brooks coming in serious style. I always like the black hoodie. I always like the simplicity of that.
Bare knuckle. That's just coming off that bare knuckle. That's just a different game. I tell you, man, you want to talk about not worrying about punches until you get to put gloves on. You feel like, oh, I get to have these on, feel a little more comfortable. That bare knuckle, everything hurts. That's people talk about it all the time, and I just think about my hands. Oh,
and I'll tell you what, he's also coming off a little bit of a heartbreak. Said his lady friend broke it off with him just before.
Oh, yeah, he's extra pissed.
Yeah.
He's extra pissed right now.
Might be looking to take that out on his opponent. People need to take that as it will. Some people fight with emotion well, some not so much. Some need a little bit of oomph and pizzazz to send you over the top. Was there ever an event in your life that you feel did put you over the top in a fight that had nothing to do with the fight, but just something going on so crazy that you were just like, I'm going to use this to work through that?
Oh, for sure. Especially when you're a youngster coming up, you have all kinds of things that kind of motivate you and push you. You know, as you get older, they kind of become a drag. You don't want to be in those situations anymore, you know. But no, for sure. And that's one of the things. I always talk about that. That's the hardest part about being in training camp. Unfortunately, the world is not with you. You know, and that's why those boxers stuff, when you're making the millions, that's why they take them off to a place that nobody can find them. and lock them away for a month and a half so nothing can mess with you. Nowadays, with social media and everything the way it is, like everything can constantly get at you. It's hard to just ignore all that and focus on a fight. So yeah, there's all kinds of situations, but fortunately, like I said, the world isn't waiting for you, and if you're fighting it, sometimes it almost seems like it's timing it, and it waits until.
These days, it certainly is tough to remove the noise. A lot of people here for Thomas Blackerby. He's fighting out of Peoria Athletic Club, of course, Washington, Illinois. Looks up to his father and coach. And look, his father is legendary. Like you said, Blackerby is a name that has been respected for a long time in the combat sports arena. Feels like this matchup is a love fest. Everybody wants to see the scrap. Everybody wants to see the striking. He feels like this one's going to deliver, and deliver on his end especially. Feels like all of his skill sets are better and we're going to take him to the win, but especially his heart.
His pain train coming through. Everybody give him the high five. This just keeps going. They're rolling deep.
And, you know, this is a guy that walks the walk, talks the talk. He does look up to his father and his teammate. And look, he's wrestled his whole life and had 30-plus stand-up fights and 8 belts. This kid is barely old enough to drink. Let me hammer that home. 30-plus stand-up fights, wrestled his whole life, and he's just now allowed to legally have a jacket coat.
There he is. But that's the one thing. Put it together. You come from that kind of a background, that kind of pedigree, you know, and he's got a lot of tools. And just being able to use them, the timing, you know, and just putting it together. He's something, man. He's something. He's got the support. And this is an opportunity right here, though, for Shawn. It's an opportunity for Shawn to be like, hey. I said, man, you get in there, you go bare knuckle. I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm not afraid of nothing. Everything you throw in bare knuckle hurts.
I hear when you're breathing heavy in bare knuckle, it stings just a little bit more.
Yep. It just does.
Here we go. We are moments away from the co-main event of the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-main event of the evening. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Professional Welterweight Division. Powered by Princeton GMC. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. He trains with Kaizen MMA. Joining us from Falls Church, Virginia, Shawn, the MidKnight Express, Brooks. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands an even 6 feet tall and weighed in at 170 pounds. He trains at the Peoria Athletic Club and is sponsored by Kramer's Guns and Supplies, 4 Verticals Academy, the Human Performance Lab, Cooper Roofing and General Contracting, and Riverside Woodworking. Joining us from Washington, Illinois, Thomas Time Bomb Blackerby.
Violent Matt Damon.
That's a good one. He is Violent Matt Damon. I was going to call him the baby-faced bad boy, but I like that better.
Violent Matt Damon. Jason Bjorn.
Yes. There you go. The real Jason Bourne. Thomas, the real Jason Bourne Blackerby. Here we go. And they're in close. Shawn Brooks just letting him know, I'm here to fight. Good kick by Blackerby. Ooh, those sting.
Yep,
and Blackerby's kickboxing is world class. It really is.
He's trying to check
Ooh,
that one.
good left.
Look at that. Oh, good left.
Good left by both. They're returning.
Good right leg, though.
Shawn Brooks can't eat too many of those leg kicks.
Right there, the one that skipped upstairs. That one goes quick, even though he tried to get down. He's got to be careful when he goes upstairs. Now he's letting that left leg go. He's got to keep that He doesn't get to throw that right hand because he's got to worry about that body shot.
Now he's backing up because of those leg shots.
Overwhelmed. Here he comes. He's stepping in. He's not worried about a takedown. Boy, nice takedown.
Blackerby on top, in full mount, but Shawn enough up against the cage, in half guard. Doesn't have the left leg over.
You know he's got to be careful. Gets that arm over. Gets that arm triangle. See, that's one thing he can do. Go over there and lock up that arm triangle right here.
He's looking for it, and that's great, man. He is expanding his game so much in such a short period of time. He's right now trapped the other arm. He's going to have to step over if he really wants that. He gave it up right now. But he's got so much time to work. Exactly. That crucifix is mean.
Still go get that one arm, that guillotine inside there with the one arm. Looks like he's going to lock it up. Now he's got it with the hand. He's really going to lock up this guillotine and start to squeeze.
Going to the body, all over Shawn Brooks right now.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. See if we can figure out, try to get that guard back, got to get those hands underneath.
And he might be looking for that head and arm yet again. Easing up on that, taking out the right hand, looking for an elbow from the top.
There you go. Now he gets his hands underneath. Man, Blackerby, what a start. The kid is dangerous.
Extremely dangerous.
Those kicks.
Shawn Brooks' game, though. Definitely not wilting, definitely not giving up.
No, but just when you're in a situation like this, you're just kind of stuck. You know what I mean? You got to hold that position. There's a lot of variables for Blackerby. There's elbows, which that's the other thing when he pops some strikes. Those elbows, like that. Trying to work in there and get that guard back if you can. Make sure you're not giving up. Try to sit up in there. Make sure you're not giving up a arm triangle. You're going to give up your back. The way he steps over.
And he's looking for that neck. Turns the right direction. Gets away from it. Nice. But Blackerby is right there
he's all
on
over
top.
Him.
In a side mount now. And in full control of this first round.
Same thing, though. He's just nice and composed. Brooks is just taking his time, trying to keep fighting the hands. Got to worry about that rear naked. Not too much. And Blackerby sits up and punches for it.
Okay, Blackerby now.
Now there's a chin trying to save it, but he's got to reach up and start trying to pull on the grip. He's going to keep that chin down. There you go. Good job.
Blackerby knew he did not have that, didn't want to burn out his arms. I think he's doing the right thing here with the strike. He's basically on his back, making him ride him.
He's got that far wrist control using that right arm, throwing some punches. There you go.
Good
Keep
shot.
that leg in. Nice. And then just to transition up. Again, Shawn's doing all the right thing.
Good knee on the way up. Blackerby now trying to do the damage. Body shots.
Oh,
trying to answer.
Now you got to catch him with his head down. Blackerby's going to try to drive in and get that leg, pull the legs off the fence.
Good job by Blackerby.
Wow, threw some gruesome elbows there in that clinch, too.
Those body shots were brutal.
Yep, I like that. Teeing up the body, the way he was throwing those elbows in there. Back into half guard. Got a knee on the arm. Got to worry about that arm triangle.
Shawn Brooks just does not have an answer from his back. He said he didn't want to grapple. He did want to stand.
Yeah, this is taxing if you're Brooks right now. He's all over him, just smothering him.
And although this is only a 3-round fight, Blackerby is just full throttle action every single moment of this round.
Arm triangle again if you can get it. There you go. That's what they're going to try to get underneath the waist, create that space, get that arm underneath. There you go. Got to be careful. See, that's the problem. If your hands get stuck down there too much, got elbows. Now he's going to switch back the other side.
And now he's in full mount. He's got 10 seconds to do enough damage. Big elbows. Oh, when he opened him up a little bit, Shawn seems to like the pain. Having some fun with the crowd. First round in the books. 10-9 Blackerby. I think a little bit more damage, and you could maybe argue a 10-8.
Yeah, that was impressive. He looked good. I mean, he's in total control. Violent Matt Damon did not disappoint. Striking from everywhere. Those kicks looked dangerous when they were standing up. I mean, dang.
Really a first-round clinic by Thomas Blackerby. Other than a finish, I don't know how it goes much better. So Sean Brooks really going to have to recoup and figure out a way not to allow Blackerby to close the distance and take him down. Let's watch some of these exchanges here.
Boom. That left. I can't believe he absorbed that. He just skimmed that right off his top of his head, which was incredible. He switched to that left leg stance and just started throwing those body shots. That right hand isn't going anywhere. You know, I mean, for Sean Brooks, he's got to make sure he's blocking those liver kicks.
And here we go. Sean Brooks doing a little bit of a dance, wearing a little bit of on his face, but looks pretty excited to get in there. Bruce the Boss Allen gets him going. Little Hugski and Hutch before the second round. Leg kicks, man.
Leg kicks. There were 3 of them. Boom. Now we got, then he blocked upstairs. He knew it was coming. Shawn was able to throw that kick to the body, go upstairs. Oh, let's see. Black was walking him down a little bit. Shawn's backing up.
He wants him up against this cage.
Boom. Trying to load up that right hand. Set it up a little bit. Set it up.
Ooh, good body kick.
Wait, we got an eye poke. He's trying to go with an eye poke him. Oh, he's saying.
Nope, he's saying to fight him.
The referee saying to fight him. Wait, what just happened?
He thought he got eye poked. I did not see an eye poke. If you guys have an eye poke in the
there goes his mouthpiece is out already. That's not a good sign.
I think that one shot just hurt him. He's really hurt right now. Yeah. It's about over. Blackerby's sizing him up.
Tee off. Look at big right hand. Right to the body. There's that elbow.
No quit in Sean Brooks.
Not at all, but he's definitely in trouble.
He is. You can tell he's wearing it right now. I'm not sure what he's looking at. A tooth maybe just came out? That was a tooth.
Oh, he lost
a piece of his tooth. Or a tooth came out right there.
What? All right, here comes Black. I'm telling you, do not want violent Matt Damon coming after you like this. Boom.
Oh, good left by Brooks. Listen, what Blackerby does not want to do is get in a firefight and let him get back into this fight.
Oh, there's a good kick. Oh, hits him with the 1-2.
Wants to keep him at a distance and come in when the time is right. He's definitely got him on the back foot. I would be going for another couple of low leg kicks like that and not letting him advance. Another leg kick. That's what I want to see from Blackerby.
Brooks trying to load up that right hand.
There it is. There's another leg kick. Give him another one. Make him go down that way. Good. Another one.
And that would be the one thing I like is right here for Blackerby, just the composure. Go out there and just dismantle him the best you can. Just don't get caught into a
Listen, we discussed it before. Emotions, especially when you're young, can take over a fight. There's no need for that right now.
No, I like he's staying composed. Because Brooks is still he's got an overhand right. That's the one thing. But Blackerby just,
big kick.
Up the middle, use those
hands.
He's hurt. Get boy, set it up, body shot. One to the liver, give that left hand.
It's those body shots that are doing the damage.
You put that left punch to the liver. There's a kick to the liver side. Got him curling up, rip that uppercut.
And look, Brooks is tough. This is kind of what he did in BKFC.
There he is, see?
He weathered the storm and came back. And he's trying to do that right now.
That left leg.
Oh, good knee from Blackerby.
That elbow
now
right
we're
there.
talking.
And the right hand.
The action is nonstop right now from Thomas Blackerby. Looked at the body, came in with an elbow to the head, backing off. T-kick. Is able to get away from these overhand rights that Brooks is trying to put out there and defend himself with.
About that jab, nice. There's a big
Blackerby
right hand.
Again, body shot. You heard that one here, folks. Looks for the head kick. He's going to have to watch himself. He's going to bite his tongue off.
He's going to have to be careful. And that's one thing, though. Like I said, Blackerby's not falling for it. Just go out there and just pick him apart, throw that feints, dig to that liver.
90 seconds to go in this second round. Ooh, left hand from Brooks lands.
Yeah. There's that jab. There's that jab. With those leg
kick. I'll be honest. I am shocked at how well Sean Brooks is still moving after all those leg kicks.
Yeah. Trying to throw that overhand right. He's got to set it up a little differently. Here comes Blackerby. There's
left,
that left.
Right, body
That's
shot.
The left to the liver. That's the left hand again. Another left. There it is. Rip those lefts.
Man, Sean Brooks is tough.
He's going to stop it if you don't start throwing back. There it is, Blackerby.
Back one.
There you go with the knee, another knee. Oh, he's all over it. Brooks catches the leg.
Brooks goes for almost a takedown here.
He's going to try to trip it down. No can do. Blackerby does a good job on the sprawl. Now he's got him in a bad position. Start throwing those elbows.
If I'm Blackerby, I'm just unloading on those elbows right now,
Gotta
whether
do
it's
it.
body or head, and we'll see if he comes out for the third round at all.
He's got that arm stuck. He's got the arm trapped, utilizing it, using that. Tony started hitting that left hand to the liver. That was it.
Right now, it's pretty clear that Shawn Brooks is trying to rest up and get into the third round. Not a lot of offense right here. Still trying to work his way out of the position.
He's still trying to drive into that single leg, but again, Blackerby's got a good job of keeping that knee down, reaching back and grabbing that back foot. He's got a good job. You're not going to be able to drop that hip to the floor like he's trying to do, dump it. Now he has to let go of the leg. Now he's got to sit down, and Blackerby's going to stand up, touch those elbows.
Ooh, big elbows.
He's going to beat him down. The referee may stop this thing. He's trying to get up.
Not in time.
He's stuck. Hey!
Not in time. Thomas Blackerby up 2 rounds. Shawn Brooks showing it on his face, wearing it, huffing and puffing. But I do expect him to make the bell and come out for the third round.
Oof.
You saw how his buttocks landed on that one. Heavy breathing, wearing it on his face, looks like a bit of a broken nose. Talking it over with his corner. You know, the game plan here has to be go for the finish, obviously.
Oh, I'd love to.
Let's see it. We've got the man telling us there's a possible eye poke, and whether or not it did happen, because we certainly missed it, and Bruce Allen missed it if it happened. So yes, let's please play that.
Look at Violent Man Damon is ready to go.
So let's take a look here. Yes,
there
was.
It was an absolute eye poke. Oh, like one of those you reach out.
And it was tough because as it happened, his kick,
too.
2 frames, yes.
No, that was it.
And from our angle when we were watching it, I wasn't watching the television.
I couldn't see it, but
I watched it on my angle as well.
I'm glad he's able to. The ref did miss it, but he did. He reached out, but again, like you said, with that teeth.
Well, you know what? Kudos to Blackerby for not just going off and attacking, which he could have. He maybe ended the fight there. But yes, that was absolutely an eye poke. All right, here we
he's
go.
Just all over, ripping those lefts to the body, throwing those thigh kicks. They're going to hug it out. Look at that, those elbows. I love when he throws those elbows in there like that.
Man, Shawn Brooks is tough, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's in there in the center of the cage, still throwing offense.
Like I said, you're different if you do that bare knuckle. It's a different game.
Oh, spinning back
just
fist.
Rips across. Now he's just teeing off. Violent Man Damon's going to go to that
that's
liver.
It.
There's
Body
that left
shot.
hand to liver.
This
Big
is going
shots.
to be the end. That's
right,
it.
left, and there he is.
Thomas Blackerby getting it done in a little over 2 rounds. The River Center has exploded.
What a fight.
What a fight.
What a fighter. He's deadly.
Absolutely. We hope to see Shawn Brooks back in the caged aggression cage. He is a gamer.
100%. I mean, there's just so much you can take, and that was one thing. I mean, kid's got tools, man. He uses everything, and he's got conditioning. Unbelievable. Nice job, Bill Brooks. He was game. He made a show of it.
Absolutely. And we get a little extra Blackerby sweat over here in the booth.
I felt that. Yeah, a little on the eyelid.
It was 90 degrees out today with nothing but sunshine. Didn't call for any rain.
Man, that kid he's deadly. Look at that, just walks him down. Composure. And then boom, spinning back fist, and it's going to be that knee, and then he just rips that left to the liver side, and it's going to be boom. And there it was, just the wherewithal to throw that liver. Just keep his composure, though, you know what I mean? Not overdo it, but just, stay on the prowl, hunting, throwing those shots, not getting too crazy, not burning yourself out. I love him. I need to have a conversation about that. I'd like to see him on the Contender Series.
I think he can make it there. I think that he is on that trajectory, and to make it official, we're kicking it up to Jason Vargas.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Bruce Allen, has called a stop to this contest at 27 seconds into round 3, declaring your winner by TKO, Thomas Time Bomb Blackerby.
What's up, Blackerby? Brooks, boy, tough.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with your winner, Thomas Blackerby. Thomas, never a dull moment when you're in the caged aggression cage. Hey, talk to us about this win tonight. I know those opponents just keep getting tougher and tougher.
None of this is possible without my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He comes before all. That's why I rep him every single time I step in here. Other than that, shout out to Shawn Brooks, man. He was tough. Mike told me he went through some stuff he could have easily pulled out, but I respect him hopping on the plane and being my dancing partner tonight.
Well, look, I know you got a lot of celebrating to do. Might have to get something taken care of with that toe. But real quick, hey, let us know there was a little bit of confusion there somewhere in the second round. What was going on there?
He said I eye poked him. I don't think I did. And then before that, I think my dad spilled too much water on the floor, so I almost slipped there. But I didn't mean to strike him if I did poke him in the eye. It was just one of those things where we were clashing, so it's hard to tell.
Well, true sportsmen tried to give everything a run, but again, don't want to take anything away from his performance or from your victory tonight.
Please just give a round of applause for all the fans that came in out here to support me. I love every single one of you. I tell you what, I want a main event in March. I want a main event Friday night. I deserve it. I know Mike knows I deserve it, so just give me anyone and I'll fight him.
That sounds like a plan to me. Before I let you get to the celebration, is there anything else you want to mention, Thomas?
Shout out to all my sponsors, my dad most importantly. My dad and my mom pushed me through this camp. My beautiful girlfriend, Cheyenne. I couldn't have done any of this without her. And shout out to all the boys from PAC. I love every single one of you. We had a dominant night tonight, and we got some celebrating to do.
Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your winner, Thomas Time Bomb Blackerby.
Feel absolutely fabulous. And Yabba Dabba's house of glass. Fit into an upper class with high-end art made out of glass. Get educated by the staff or just yabba dab, grab it fast. Feel absolutely fabulous. And Yabba Dabba's house of glass. Yabba Dabba's house of glass.
With the lights out, yes, that's dangerous.
My name is Michael Shipp. I'm born and raised in Henry, Illinois. Still here, just fighting, and I fight until I say I'm done. No one else.
Josh Neal from Davenport, Iowa. Train at Iowa Combat Fitness Club, and here to do my thing one last time. I believe it's my last one. I've climbed the mountain. I've had some stumbles, and you know, I think this is a good way to go out. Michael Battleship, an old foe, man. You know, we've done our thing before. And I guess he wants it again, you know what I mean? And I'm happy to step up to the plate.
This is the one I wanted back for 5 years. Josh did not beat me. The judges beat me.
How I remember it is he was saved by the bell or was close to going down in round 3, so.
2 judges giving him the entire fight, just, to me, that was wrong.
You're bent over, holding your stomach, looking like you're crying in the corner, getting punched. That says a lot to the judges, so, I mean, I don't know where you see it from, but hey, if that's how he feels, prove it right this time then.
I feel like Josh is going to want to finish me more than anything. He couldn't do it last time.
Maybe he won 1 round, but I think pretty clearly I won 2 of the 3 rounds.
The only question right now is he going to be better than he was 5 years ago?
If he thinks I've degressed, he better go ask people in the gym if I've degressed, because if that's what he thinks, it will be a very early night for him.
If he wants to spice it up and everything, we can sell this fight. I have no problem with that. We did it before and we can do it again.
I feel confident that I can beat him again, you know what I mean?
This ship is unsinkable. Only God can sink this ship.
He says I ain't stopping this battleship, but listen, man, I've already stopped it once. What'd you do, grab the safety raft off when you were going down?
You better be ready to drop a nuke, so I'm bringing him myself.
I'm glad he's got that motivation, because October 11th, he's going to need it, point blank period.
You better want that win, brother.
And that's what's going to happen on October 11th. I'm going to eat, and that's going to be the nail in the coffin. Dead.
This is your last fight, this is your retirement fight, because there's going to be a nail put in the coffin, and it might be yours, bro.
With the lights out, yes, that's dangerous. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel
And it is that time of the evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the main event. Michael Shipp versus Josh O'Neal. Michael Battle Shipp is the first to make his way down to the cage, fighting out of Nyquist Roundhouse Martial Arts and fighting out of Henry, Illinois, currently residing in Milan. Got into MMA by watching the UFC Unleashed, just flipping through the channels all the way back in 2009. And as we keep moving through this, he loved it at very first sight. Saw Chuck and Tito fighting, and we talk about trilogies. Those guys had quite a few great scraps. Chuck Liddell, of course, coming out on top. And I remember watching those feuds, and those were some of the big hype trains that I really did like watching.
And I love it. Chuck fought everybody just to get that title. He didn't sit there and wait. I was number one, I'm going to wait for that belt. He's like, I'll fight whoever you want. He just kept fighting and fighting, risking that number one spot to get to that belt.
Absolutely. Looks up to Fedor Emelianenko and Max Holloway, two of my favorite fighters to watch. And, he's fought 2 rounds with a broken arm at Caged Aggression Sturgis and finished the fight. That can't tickle. The broken bones, not a tickler. Absolutely awful. Looking very confident. Almost at one with himself right there. Seemed very confident in the pre-fight interviews.
When you got a game plan, you put it into work and you believe in it, it's hard not to be. We shall see.
The River Center is rocking, waiting on this main event. Going to be tough to top that co-main, but we shall see. If anybody can do it, it's Michael Shipp and Josh Neal. Shipp in there, circling the cage, looks extremely confident. Looks like this camp went well, looks in great shape. And about to make his way down is El Tigre, Josh Neal, really the face of Caged Aggression for some time. This is the retirement fight, win or lose. He says he's calling it a day. So here we go. O'Neal about to make his way down. He was extremely emotional, gents.
You gotta be. This is your last fight. Like I said, I don't know if I like putting that kind of pressure on myself and saying this is my last fight. It feels weird. Not to mention how many times people have retired, we all celebrate and they come back and fight. Point is, I don't know if I like to say that because you kind of have, it's almost like you have a foot out the door. Oh, this is my last fight. Maybe, kind of a spur of the moment. I don't know. I get it. Sometimes that's cool. I'm not sure how that plays. So what are we back there doing? This is the last time we're going to do this. This is the last time we're going to do this. This is going to be the last time we put on some socks. The last time we're going to walk out this cake. That's how you're going to embrace all. Does that mess with you mentally? I'm not sure. So that's what's going to be fun about this. It's going to be fun to see what he does, knowing that this is his last fight. You have this opportunity. Do you rise to it? Is it too much? You know what I'm saying? It's weird to me, but I get it. He seems like he has that vibe. You know what I mean about that? The last walk, the last time we're going to hold mitts, the last time. I don't know. Like I said, to each their own, but it's just, yeah.
We were having that discussion earlier, especially when you've been in the sport so long. He's considered this his home for some time. He certainly tried to treat this cage as his domain. Shipp wants that fight back. Whether this was his retirement fight or not, he was on the losing end of that first fight.
And he truly believes he didn't lose.
That's right. So you got a grudge match.
100.
You got a retirement match.
You have everything in one. Like I said, he can go in there and just take a shite right on the Wheaties of everything, get his revenge. Is that what's going to happen? Is Shipp going to go out there and just sink the other man's battleship? I had to try to do it, you know what I mean? Boop! You know what I'm saying? But is Shipp going to go out there and literally just ruin this parade? Like he knows, oh, this is his last fight. I'm going to get this. Like everything's on the line for both of them, so to speak, in that aspect. But the opportunity to go out there and be like, yeah, I won that first fight. I'm going to send you out on a low note, retirement, and I'm going to get my revenge. And, you know, I mean, this is your home in case aggression, whatever. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to ruin everything. But now my man's over there giving his hugs and everything like that. And these know this is his last time. You go out there, do you allow him to do that? This is my backyard. I got to do something.
Absolutely.
I got to fight some. See, I get fired up. That's that. The PTSD in me. I got to relax.
Oh, you don't have any PTSD. God forbid.
Oh, when you see these lights get near this stuff sometimes, man, I've already, like I said, I've thrown about.
He's never thrown a right hook at me, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not hitting anybody near. My wife's on one side, I got you on this side, y'all safe. But right in front of me, we in trouble. Those water bottles are going to get it.
And there he is, bowing down, getting ready for that last walk through those cage doors.
See? He's been saying that the whole time. We're saying it. Hey, too much. It's too much. Unless you rise to it. For the last time. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's too much.
Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans live in attendance at the River Center and everyone streaming live around the world, this is our main event of the evening. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Caged Aggression Professional Super Lightweight Division, powered by Yabba Dabba's House of Glass. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 161 pounds. He trains with the Midwest Martial Arts Group and is sponsored by Princeton Auto, Sisler's Ice and Ice Cream, Mads, Brokeback Resin Crafts, Hearth Roofing and Construction, Tattoos by Frank Young, Luscious Painting and Remodeling, Renegade Kombucha, Elite Loyalty Management, Ace of Fades Barber Lounge, Men at Work Event Planners, and Say Uncle Photography. Joining us from Milan, Illinois, Michael Battle Shipp! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 165 pounds. He trains at Iowa Combat and Fitness and is sponsored by Hovey's Home Improvements, Tattoos by Frank, Radon Solutions, Elite Loyalty Management, Say Uncle Photography, Dilly's Woodcraft, and Doug's Pub. Joining us from Davenport, Iowa, El Tigre, Josh Neal.
All right, the stare down was nasty. I liked it. Kept walking back and forth. I like that.
Crowd gave the pop for Neal.
Gentlemen, this is the Cage Aggression main event.
All those sponsors stuff with Frank Young. Frank Young and his dad.
Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch them, let's do it now. Get back to the corners. Let's have a fight.
Here we go, El Tigre versus the Battleship. And full disclosure, Jens, back in the analog days, I may not have been stepping in the cage, but let me tell you, I was a mean Battleship player.
I got you. B6, boof.
That's right.
It lands and it hits. Look, he's
Shipp coming out aggressive.
Right after the bat, and that's what you do. Get out there and start pushing it. Start after that, push him up against the cage. Start trying to land those shots.
Shipp all over him. Josh Neal with an inside elbow, turning it around, throwing him up against the cage.
We'll get back into that body lock. We'll try to pressure him.
All action these first 30 seconds. El Tigre ends up on top.
Gets the balance, is able to look, going to lift up on that, try to sweep the leg.
For the neck.
Sweep the leg.
Not there.
But
Shipp
a good
on top.
reversal. Good reversal by Shipp. Now you got to sit down on this and kind of relay. They're going to throw a leg in.
On his bad place for El Tigre to be right now.
No, and he's got to make sure he doesn't get up too high, but Tigre is going to fight the hands like he needs to. Nice job, Josh. But that's
both hooks in, looking for the body triangle, gets it.
Oh, body triangle here.
Bad position with 4 minutes left. Shipp's looking to work, maybe wear him down with that body triangle and exploit that neck. Already got one hook under, going from both sides.
You know, that's one thing. Focus less on the neck. Worry about those punches and start scoring from here as much as you can. Land some shots. Be careful on this break. Your hand's getting up too high right here. You're going to eat an elbow if you don't watch out. Needed the midsection.
And he gave up that body triangle quick. Ooh, maybe he slipped a little bit. Maybe he got caught. But Shipp right back in there with a 1-2 leg kick. Very active right now.
Yep.
El Tigre, left, right. Right hand from Shipp.
Oh, he's just missing.
Left from El Tigre.
He drops his hands, and that's the one thing. If Neal could just open those eyes and just land those 1-2 straight ahead, he's missing. There's the opportunity to land it, but he gets in and pummels in with that plum, going to try to throw the knee. That's one thing right there. He just needs to worry about. Shipp's got to be just a little bit careful when he's throwing those shots. Now we're going to reverse the roll, and looks like Neal's going to try to take the back.
Those hands were super low.
Oh, man, he's going to take a couple of them. Break him down to the floor.
But now El Tigre getting the back. 2 hooks in. Perhaps looking to work towards the neck. Looks extremely common there. Shipp still has that left hand trapped of El Tigre. Uh-oh.
Make sure he's fighting those hands. Got to reach back across to the other hand.
Trying to peel right now. El Tigre, no connection, no real hope for the choke at this moment. But that could change in seconds. May even be leveraging to get a mount.
Trying to get those feet free.
Both hooks in again from behind for Josh Neal.
Pulling on that arm. Good position. Both of them just jockeying. There you go. They're trying to leverage up and take his back. No, he's going to fall off to the side. Oh. Shipp's ended up a top and half guard. There you go. Got to try to get heavy.
This is a close round right here.
Yeah, it is. Kind of definitely back and forth. I don't know if I
don't know who I'm giving to right now. I think that Josh Neal probably has landed the cleaner strikes as far as control time goes.
Trying
Maybe
to sit
Shipp.
into him if he can. You got to try to reach across the face, cross face. Now he's going to give the back up again if he doesn't watch out for this cage.
We knew it was going to be a competitive fight, and neither man wanted to give up any leeway whatsoever.
Oh, but he's able to scramble and get his feet up in the air. Nice reversal again. It's a big thing to do with this amount of time. Back and forth, rolling around. Now he got inside position. Got the hooks. Got to try to move from right there. Josh got to try to see if he can start scoring some punches. Shipp's going to look to try to lift that leg up. Try to sweep him again if he can, but
El Tigre with a couple right hands that get through. Was looking for some elbows prior to that.
Biggest thing, he's just trying to stay busy. He doesn't want to lose this position.
And look, we're last minute of the round. El Tigre on top. Certainly has made the case for this round. I think he could solidify it with 2 or 3 solid shots. There's one of them right there.
Elbow through, going with the right hand. Nice. There you go. Going to try to leverage up, get that knee and press that foot forward. There you go. Now come around the back. There you go. Come off to the side. We got that arm triangle.
Looking for that arm triangle. He's certainly got just enough time. He's got 15 seconds.
13. I don't know if he's trying to fight it or what's happening.
It's tough to see how deep it is from this angle.
But it's a good way to finish the round. He's trying to squeeze.
Certainly is going to take this round, in my opinion, from Shipp.
Yeah,
does not get the finish.
That sealed it.
Shipp pops right back up. 1 round down in this 3-round main event, largely for bragging rights here as to who really won the last fight. I'd hate for this one to go to the judges and get a split decision. You know, you want a definitive winner. I think each of these guys wants a definitive winner.
Well, right here, and that's the one thing is he just, look at that, hits with a good right hand. Neal hits with the right hand, drives him forward, pressure, and then right here, they both start plummeting in. Everything's been so kind of back and forth even in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? And then, like, boom, he takes it back. You had a minute where Shipp had the back, but Neal was able to capitalize right here. But I think the biggest thing is at the end, they're falling off of that arm triangle, had his back right here, and he was able to get out of this, but then he was able to work and finish the round in an arm triangle. I mean, I think that you got to give it to Neal.
I believe it's a Neal round also. Close round, but at the same time, dominant the last moment in a very, very, very close round.
They both had opportunities for sure.
Here they go. Shipp with a 1-2, coming forward.
Stay busy with that 1-2. Keep sticking him out there. Boom, boom. It even hops in. Like you can tell Neal's trying to load up and land that right, left. Boom, lands that right hand. You're going to get the scrapping. But that's it. Keep pressuring, keep pressuring. I wish, like I said, let that left go, 2 left hands go. Look at that, stay busy. How long you keep this up? Boom, steps in. All right, Neal gonna push him up against the fence.
Neal crowded him.
I like that though. Shipp had it going right there. If he can peel off, get back in there and get the swinging again.
Neal has 2 underhooks. Look a little uncomfortable right there.
Yeah, I think he felt he took a knee to the sack. We got a mouthpiece out. We got a mouthpiece out. Hope he eats a right hand. Boom, there we go. Still swinging, trying to throw that right hand.
Josh Stewart steps in, gives him a mouthpiece, and we're back in the action.
Oh,
left, right
again. There you go, a bunch of punches. Just keep pushing. I mean, who wants it?
You know, I'd like to see Shipp get an inside leg kick in those 1-2s when he's coming forward, because he's just pushing forward, but it's all up top.
I like he lands that 1-2. Look at it, he just lobs that right hand out there. Boom, keep up the middle. I like that. Keep pushing forward. Hey.
Left cross.
There you go.
Right hand uppercut gets through.
That uppercut in the right hand. He's got an awkward style of punching, but boy, it lands.
Left hand got through.
There it
right
is.
hand
he let the right hand go through. Neal tries to plumb the head and fires a good knee on the get back. I like that. Neal comes back. These two are scrapping right here this round. I like it. Long 1-2. Keep it up.
Shipp calling for more action. Lands another 1-2.
You know, and that's the one thing right there.
Neal had a good left right there cross.
Neal lands a 1-2, gets in, and now he's going to step back. Shipp starts stepping forward. Where's that jab, boom. There you go.
Right hand from Neal got through right there.
Hits him with a 1-2, then a kick towards the liver. Oh, hits him with a lead hook. Shipp's like, whatever, just keeps pushing forward. 1-2, just keep throwing those 1-2, 1-2, keep moving forward. Boom. Then we wrestle now. Neal shoots in for the takedown.
Halfway through the round, Neal easily gets that takedown. Let's see what he does with it.
Shipp makes sure to throw it. He throws an elbow to the tricep. He just wants to hit him. Threw an elbow to the back one time right there. Neal's like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm trying to get this takedown.
They're in the dead center of the cage right now. You know, we have seen a lot of reversals.
We'll get those butterflies if you can, Shipp. Lift that up to try to create the space. The one thing he can't do is let Neal just kind of take the time and just sit in that guard and just kind of kill time right there. One, with the judges, what are they going to do? Like right now, Shipp's trying to be the busier fighter. Feet on the hips, looking to try to land those strikes. Now Neal sits up. There you go. There we go. Good back and forth. The pace. I like the pace of this fight. And I wish if Shipp could figure out how to get up, get back on his feet, get this a reversal, it would do well for him. Neal, though, obviously, but he's just kind of, you can tell he's fatigued, sitting inside that guard, doing what he can, just kind of sit there and just keep the fight from upstairs. It just seemed like a lot of Shipp. There you go, a couple of elbows. Ooh, opened him up.
Definitely did open him up over that eye.
Nice job there. Posture up, land some shots. I like it. I like it. Shipp trying to throw some punches out there. Neal still tries to pop up and land a couple of shots to the face. Gonna try to get on that head, come out to the side. Pass the guard. All right. Shipp's got to get that finish. You got to try to get this. You can pass it by.
And here's the deal. If Neal continues this through this round, I feel like Shipp is absolutely going to need the finish in the third round.
Yeah, I think he's going to take it 2 rounds. Now he's sitting there doing a good job right here. A lot of right hands in that side control, and that's one thing. Shipp got himself in trouble.
Oh, he's under that neck. He's under that neck. That's deep. I don't know if Shipp's getting out of this one. I'd be shocked, but you know what? He's a scrapper.
He's scrapping. He's still fighting.
He's got no quit.
He gets no quit. He gets a reversal. Oh, he gets the reversal.
Not enough to take the round, in my opinion, but the fact that he did just not fold and tap tells you all about his character. Nothing but heart.
Kept going.
And here we go. We got a third and final round. We got a grudge match. And I don't think, again, either of these guys going to be happy.
This is very grudgy. It's working. It's working for me. I like this. Into a push. I don't know what's going to happen in this third round. Because, again, that was that thing where Michael Shipp was winning standing up. I think to a point where Neal's like, I got to get a takedown. I need to do some resting. But then he was able to, again, land some punches. Then it got into more of a scramble down there. And then he finished with a submission. Now, how's he sitting over there? How's he breathing? Like how when your hands, you get in that third round, you start getting that lactic acid. You don't even want to make a fist. Your hands don't even want to close. Like, I can't squeeze anything. Now, who's going to dig deep and who's going to step up and who's going to get after it? That's what's going to be crazy in this third round. I'm kind of pumped. I kind of like this.
I like it too, and I think that some of those hammer fists that Neal got off were pretty vicious. But you're like, he was
kept just pressuring forward, just boom, boom. Nothing pretty, just working, staying in his face, working. And he made Neal have to try to change this up, get that takedown, that plumb, that knee. He just eats it. Well, this is a good back and forth. I love this.
And here we go. Final round of night one, caged aggression retaliation. We got the doctor stepping in really quickly just to look at that eye.
Wipe it off.
Fine. Yep, there we go.
Wipe it off.
I didn't think there was anything there too serious, although it really is right on that brow line. That can get right into your eyeball, as you know, especially when it's right under the brow line. And here we go. Shipp doing a little talking in there.
Yeah, trying to be the aggressor again. Step forward, landing that 1-2.
Big right from El Tigre in that exchange. But Shipp just coming in. My goodness.
Look at this.
Both guys landing.
Backhand.
Even through the backhand.
He did, man. He's trying to just hit him. Look, you got to get in there, just get after him. Neal, you can tell he wants to try to get that takedown. I think it looks like if Shipp just keeps pressing. There you go. Neal lands a 1-2.
Right.
Oy.
And you know when that backhand gets thrown out, somebody forgot to do the dishes. That's all I'm saying.
But look, just keep pressing forward. Look at that. Neal hits him with 2 more clean shots.
Big left.
The left hook, and look, Shipp just eats it and keeps going.
Well, they have definitely delivered action here in the main event of caged aggression.
Oh, he hits him with the left. It hurt the eye of Neal.
Neal definitely backed up.
Right hand back.
Definitely backed him up.
I love it. Shipp is just zombie walking forward. Let's go. Neal tried to hit him with everything, and he just can't put him around. He can't get him. Look, he just keeps coming forward. I love it. There you go. Oh, try to throw that right hand. Just misses for Neal. Shipp's out there breathing. Look at that. Oh, he eats 2 right hands. Colored up everything. I don't know what happened.
You got an eye poke? Yeah. And that'll do it. I don't know if we're going to get that replay, but there was definitely nothing to be contested on Michael Shipp's end. Although he's kind of throwing his hands around, so maybe he doesn't think he got that eye poke.
The one thing was, the one was a punch, but
it was tough to see.
Now he might have got poked out to it, but he got popped. He got blasted in that eye, and you could tell it affected him a little bit before that. And then there was this one. It was a poke. Hopefully they'll see it. We'll see it maybe in a minute, but
well, here we go. Neal's going to have about 5 minutes, no matter what. Let's take a look at this thing. Hits him with the right. That's a clean punch. Tough to tell from that angle, but there's hands are extended.
There might have been a cat scratch right there. You can't see with the hand.
Listen, you see the hands extended right there. The fingers are extended. We don't quite have the angle to see where it was.
But you can tell
that it's not a fist.
You can tell you can tell those are fingers.
Yep.
Give it to him, and it helped because I think, one, he needed that break, but there was a shot earlier that it hit him, and you could tell that it affected his right eye. Oh, yeah, he scratched him.
Yep. And listen, a lot of the fighters don't realize they've done that when it's in the heat of the moment either.
I don't know, with me, I don't know how to do it, man. My hands are bowled up. I'm ready to punch somebody. But they go out there, they go to reaching. I get it. You're out there just trying to fend it off, push away. Especially on the defensive side, you're trying to catch hands, and someone steps in, you catch it off guard. Boom! You just kind of throw those fingers out there.
And Josh Neal wiping it up. He thinks he's ready. He's about to give it.
But
to get this one back.
That's costly when you look at, with the fact that you gave him a lot of, that was a big rest.
Huge rest. And here we go. A little under 4 minutes left in this final matchup.
There you go. Shipp pushing forward. Boom. Going to try to go up with a double leg. Half-hearted. Maybe get it a single.
Gets it.
Take it down. Get the takedown. Neal's doing a good job of sitting on that head. Going to try to...
Looking for that neck again. Not quite there. Neal now pushing down the head.
He's going to have to use that arm, try to pull it off. Now Shipp's got to just walk up the body here, climb up the body. The fence is going to help him stay up, help Neal stay up a little bit.
Looks like an attempt at a Kimura or an Americana, but it's not really there. Certainly doesn't have the leverage.
Shipp's got to get that right arm up around the waist, flatten him out. See what I mean? Let go of that leg and climb up the body there. Take that right arm, flatten him out, pop out. There you go. Walk up the body. That's the kind of pressure you want to utilize right there. Now don't let him sit up, peel him off the fence. There you go. Neal's doing a good job working from in here. You got to try to figure out how to get back up. Post, walk up the cage, walk up the cage.
I got to tell you, this fight keeps up the way it is. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw another split decision in the final matchup.
There you go. Now he's got a good base, ripping some elbows. That a kid, Neal. Shipp, you got to peel him off. Can't sit right here. He's got to try to peel him off the fence. There you go. Got that choke again.
Looking for it. Now he's
got
kind of
that
on
ninja
top
choke.
of the side.
Yeah, he's got that ninja choke.
They're really sweaty and bloody in there.
Yep, nice reversal for Shipp, though. He's going to end up getting north-south. I think that's what we call that with the front headlock, right? It's just the head. Now look, Neal's going to go in there and try to grind in there and get that takedown.
Shipp now under the neck, but not trying to lock it up. Certainly not looking like he's serious at a submission point right here.
Oh,
doesn't appear to hunt it. Now on the bottom.
Now he's able to lock it up more. He's got the legs locked in. Now he's trying to squeeze. Oh, popped out.
And these guys are sweaty, bloody. Neal on top, trying to create some room, get off some offense. Shipp got that arm solely around his neck, keeping him down.
Yeah, Shipp's got Neal's got to pummel inside, get his hands on the bicep and press him down and start to control that with the elbows. Control the biceps, get your hands off the canvas, get your hands on the biceps, and start to pressure in and start throwing the elbows. Shipp's got to dig underneath and get those and start getting that pressure. Let go of the head, dig underneath, and start trying to create some space and get off your back. I understand, like I said, you guys have been going at it. It's been a pretty high-paced fight. Neal's doing a good job using that head, keeping that head position right there, trying to step over the leg.
Less than a minute to go.
Short
in this
time.
Caged Aggression main event, grudge match, retirement fight, you name it. We got it all right here. And boy, is Shipp wearing it. But no quit in this gentleman. And certainly has had his moments in this fight.
100%, trying to keep the feet, keeping the head in there. There you go, pops up.
El Tigre on top, trying to land shots, grinding that elbow into Shipp's face.
Pressuring forward, we got 17 seconds left. Posture up, hands on the, there you go, posture up, try to land it. Right here, Shipp's got to try to kick away if he can, going after the leg.
And I just got a little blood on the hands.
You got some ketchup?
Yeah, got a little bit.
Yeah, there you go, big end, right there, nice job.
That's what getting the best seats in the house does. You might get a little blood on here. That's why you want to come out to the live show.
Josh looked good grinds.
Here at Caged Aggression at the River Center in Davenport, Iowa. Great fight, and quite frankly, a fight that Josh Neal can really be proud of, to be a part of in his last performance. I think that we're going to see him take this away, but once again, anything could happen. We've had some close fights. We've had some close calls.
That ain't happening. He won that fight.
I think he won that fight,
too. Good pressure. He looked good. Looked strong. Like I said, got those takedowns when he needed them.
Does anybody give Shipp a round? Are we going to see any 29-28s, or is it going to be 30-27 across the board?
I don't know. I'm ready. Let's find out. Let's find out. We shall see, we shall see. Tense. I mean, that's the one thing when you do that right there, you got to figure out the judges. It seems like they're taking a long time. I don't understand. It could be, you know what I'm saying?
You know, again, when we've had a little bit of a wait, it has seemed to be a split, but Vargas is in there.
And see, look at the way he ended the fight, like, just in good control at 230 even. But this is the one thing, like, I think the biggest thing is Neal just had those positions. He had the top control. He was able to get those takedowns, landing the elbows, the strikes. You know, he was just definitely in the third round. You can just tell, you can see the way the Shipp is. He was trying to be game, but I think he was just outgunned.
Well,
in this
good
fight.
Sportsmanship in the cage. Let's make it a finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our judges' scorecard for our decision. All three judges scored this contest 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, El Tigre, Josh Neal.
And he gets it done. This is going to be his retirement fight either way. What a way to go out. Incredible. Like I said, it was a good fight. I mean, they were pushing it. You know, I mean, they were getting after it. All 3 rounds, hard fight. They started getting sweaty in there. It was impressive. Nice fight, though. I love it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with your winner, and possibly for the last time, El Tigre, Josh Neal. Josh, man, one of the toughest opponents I'm sure you've ever faced in this cage. Big win tonight. I'm just going to let you take it.
Hey, man, I just want to say to Michael Shipp, he brought the fucking best out of me for my last one like I knew he would. And I just want to say hats off to him. He's a hell of a competitor. We've done this twice. I respect the fuck out of him. And he's a good guy, man.
All right. Well, I did want to check with you. You know, this fight seemingly closed a chapter, ended a saga. What were you guys sharing there towards the end? Do you mind sharing with the rest of us?
Yeah, I just told him that I knew he would bring the best out of me for my last one. You know, he'd bring that fire that I think I've been dying inside a little bit, and it did exactly what I needed it to do. It brought me out for one more win. It made me work fucking hard, and God damn it, I'm here.
So where does that leave us tonight, Josh Neal?
That leaves us drinking a lot of fucking lattes at the after party, and it leaves me becoming a father, closing this chapter of my life, and gosh damn it, I love every single one of you, all the camera people, all the people behind the scenes, you, Mike Goodwin, his wife Kim, everybody to do with Caged Aggression. Thank you all very fucking much, and this is it for me. I love every single one of you. Thank you for everybody who's ever supported me.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time, although I'm sure we're not seeing him for the last time. El Tigre, Josh Neal. All right, folks, that's going to close us down here. Night 1 of Cage Aggression 38 Retaliation. Be sure to join us back here tomorrow night for all the Caged Aggression action-packed MMA you can stand. But before that happens, don't forget, come on over to the diner and meet us for the Caged Aggression 38 Night 1 after party. That's all going down over at the diner in collaboration with the Damn View Inn as soon as the lights go down. We'll see you tomorrow night.
What a fight, Jens Pulver!
I'm telling you, I liked it. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I liked it. This whole night, incredible. I still can't. I'm holding my cards. I love this thing. I've been holding on to it. But my Carlos Gutierrez and Chad Hinton, that was my fight of the night, 100%. But that fight right there at the end, what a way to go out. You know what I mean? I think back and forth, when you have that animosity with somebody, I mean, it kind of hypes up that kind of fight, right? You want to see them go out there, and it gives you that extra push. They looked miserable out there. You know what I mean? We had a lot of blood. We had a lot of sweat. Hard to hold the positions. So it looked great.
Thomas Blackerby gets another gritty victory, calls for a main event. He's going to get that main event. Shawn Brooks did not wilt. Came straight out of BKFC, as gritty as you could imagine. Hope he comes back. James Martin, his teammate, went in there and kicked the head off his opponent.
We probably had one of the single most violent head kicks I've ever witnessed, I think ever. And that was one thing. Hopefully you'll see this clip, Caged Aggression. This clip it's got to be one of the craziest knockouts ever. He flat-backed him. It was unbelievable, bent the knee. And then get back to Blackerby, Violent Matt Damon. I love this kid, Violent Matt Damon. I want to talk to whoever we got to talk to. I'd like to see him on the Dana White Contender Series.
I would
love to see him. His style, man, his offense, it's off the chain. The way he goes out to try to finish these fights, but he can do it all with his wrestling, his submissions. But his striking it's second to none. You can tell where he came from. He's come from a pedigree of strikers from his father. You know what I mean, stuff like that. So he's one. I'm thinking to myself, Dana White Contender Series. I'd love to see him. I'd love to be the first one to come out of this area. You know what I mean, and out of the cage aggression like that.
And to round it out, we want to give a big shout-out to Andrew Burdock Pullen getting that big KO as the heavyweight amateur champ. And then Mark Anthony making a gritty split decision performance, also taking that 135 amateur title. Jens Pulver, another amazing night. Cage Aggression, Retaliation, Night 1 in the books. We'll be back tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss it, and we will see you on the flip side.